Today we are hosting the Mind Sports Olympiad. With me is Lumin.
Hello there. And it's not just any Mind Sports Olympiad game, right? This is the final.
This is the final. That is correct. We were both knocked out, proving that we are better commentators than we are players.
Well, I don't know if it proves that.
It proves it for me. So that's all I got to say about that one. But yeah, we're now on a break, waiting on the game to start. And once that starts, we will put everything into place. We will be on a 10-minute delay, so any chat will be about 10 minutes late, but we'll answer it just later. So how did your games go during the tournament?
I got a bit too fancy, I think.
Okay.
To few people's surprise. Game 1 was a round 4 spade game for me, and I put in alchemists, but wasn't gutsy enough to pick alchemists when lower ranked players might disrupt randomly. So I took halflings, which is a safe pick, and I lost by 5. Oh. And then I just played a double econ darklings game without any network points, so I didn't win.
That's fair.
How did your games go? You placed 5th. You are like just barely not playing this final.
I am just barely not playing, and I'm going to be honest, I'm actually kind of glad I'm not playing. It is the best case scenario for me. I opened game 2 stating I was the first to pick a faction, and I said, can I pick the faction not playing? Because I am just so exhausted. But the games went overall pretty well. I bid down mermaids. I put mermaids in round 1 and bid them down really hard, got bid down really hard with them and still managed to win with them. And then in round 2, I lost due to lack of sleep, as I'm going to call it, by missing the fact that I had a little dwelling out in the middle of nowhere. So this is the tragedies of temp ship.
Yeah, the temp ship tile. If you use it to place something and then forget that you extended to place a building there, you're not connected.
Oh yeah, it was not good. The other guy and I were sitting there talking about it the entire time. And we're like, all right, cool. So it looks like you're winning. Yada yada yada, right? And then all of a sudden, the end of game scores come out, and we're like, wait, no, that's not how this works. No, what happened? We both thought it was a bug in the system, and then we found where the dwelling was. So anyways, it's fine. I am totally okay with it. I'm just glad to be here and to be practicing for, quite frankly, the Fire 2 Open, which will be in the next 2 weeks. Groups will be announced very soon. Lumin, good luck in your group, by the way.
Thank you.
This is going to be rough game for you, or a rough set of matches for you.
Well, I could just try to clown around more, so.
That's fair. As the TO, I'm going to ask you not to, but okay. You know what? You do you. It's all about creating a storyline. So if that's going to be your storyline, then I love it. I'm in on that storyline.
I'm a carpet flying clown sometimes. All right. So it looks like the game is about to start here. Their final. We have Haley, Gino, Rubes, and Rainier. I believe Haley and Gino both won 2 games, but with quite impressive scores. Yep.
And Rainier got in on a technicality, so there's that.
I wonder why you'd call it a technicality.
It's only because I came in 5th. That's why it's technicality. So we're going to be, let's see. This is the only thing we have not figured out how to do just yet with our streaming service is the bidding system. So we're both kind of be just describing what's happening with the bidding as that goes along, because until the game actually starts, the overlay is a little broken. Mainly because BGA does not show it to any spectators.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, but yeah, let's see. Gino is picking a faction for position 1. Looking at this setup, what would you be leaning towards if you were in his shoes?
The first thing I always look at is the most explosive scoring rounds and pass tiles. And here we have a very economic theme. We'll talk about what that means in a sec. Dwelling round 4, trading post round 5, dwelling round 6, which means factions that can build a lot of buildings, take advantage of scoring in rounds 4, 5, and 6 are going to have a great time. We also see that the matching pass tiles are in the game, the dwelling scoring and the trading post scoring. So we should see some high scores here, I would assume, with some factions like engineers, nomads, factions that are happy to build a lot of buildings.
That's fair. If you're opening nomads, right? There is Stronghold Sanctuary in round 1. Are you Stronghold Sanctuary? Are you strongholding in round 1?
I think no. Nomads are a faction which has their special ability as creating more hexes, which is an economic theme instead of a points theme. With all factions, you'll see that they either have a points theme or an economic theme. Darklings have both, which is the biggest reason why they're strongest in general, because their economic spades are also points. But back on track now, Nomads are an economic themed faction because they get extra hexes with their stronghold. So they want to get points with their first favor, with their first temple. So they want to make sure they can take Earth 1 and score on that.
So, or is there any chance at all we're seeing anyone besides maybe Darklings if they get enough power doing a round 1 favor? A round 1 Sanctuary Stronghold?
It's possible. Chaos Magicians are an economic faction that would be very happy to build a sanctuary in round 1. We see cultists have been picked in position 1 with stacked fire and earth cults. It makes them pretty strong. Notably, cultists do get economic rewards very early from those cults. So cultists played economically will be very strong here. But they will not be building a sanctuary.
Okay, that's fair. Yep. And with 2 fire and 2 earth, it is going to be a very good game for cultists.
Yeah, I would say so.
So let's see what else. Now that cultists are in the game, what else would be? Does that change anything about your perspective on what would be good here?
It makes Chaos Magicians slightly worse, but cultists appear in an extremely large variety of faction matchups, so I think nothing's really off the table after a cultist's pick.
Okay, that's fair. Let's see. So, is there any chance we're gonna see giants this game?
We might.
That's okay. All right. So hear me out on this one. Because it's not just the lack of sleep that's talking. Okay, it's not just the lack of sleep. Here's the pitch for giants, right? So you've got the Stronghold Sanctuary round 1, right? And then you've got your the dig in round 3. That's 4 more points. How many more points do you need? That's a total of 9 points.
Yes.
And also, you can bid everyone else down to 0. There we go.
It would cause potentially a huge disparity in auction values. I mean, the great thing about auctions is that giants are totally fine here. The challenge is then exactly how many points are giants worth. And giants are not the worst economic faction, but there are a few things I want to point out that are not good for giants. Okay. Specifically, you don't want spade cult bonuses for giants because giants need their spades twice at a time. And likewise, the spade pass tile doesn't help the giants at all. Lastly, I would suggest that it's going to be hard to get coins with giants. And I guess one more thing on top of that, you want the pass tile for big buildings in the game.
And that's just not there. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, we see Alchemist as the other pick. Let's see. Now I assume that Alchemists are going to open with Stronghold. Is that a correct assumption? Or would that be a correct assumption?
I think Alchemists are still extremely flexible here. If they get the Priest pass tile and send that Priest to fire for 3 on top of their natural first bump on fire, that's 2 workers for alchemists, and that's really strong. That would line up with either stronghold or temple opening. I think alchemists are a wonderful pick for this high economy of a game. They have extremely huge potential here, but also a lot of problems, and we can talk about that later. But I think to answer your question, stronghold or temple both make sense. If you can open either of those with 4 dwellings, that is generally a winning line with alchemists.
So that makes sense. I'm right there with you. Okay, now I want to go back to something you said before, which is when you're talking about putting a bad faction in the matchup, right? Just to put bids down. Have you ever used this strategy?
Yes. I specifically do it with fakirs the most because I feel like I've taken some effort to learn fakirs where many players probably haven't. So I generally do like throwing fakirs in because I will know their correct valuation and probably get a discount on them because no one else would be comfortable with them. So in that sense, I think it's reasonable to throw in a bad faction. But at this level of play where everyone is 450 or 500 BGA, and I mean, probably better than that, given how they've played today, like we've seen some very impressive scores. I think that throwing in a bad faction, it'll still be properly valued by everyone, is my guess.
That makes sense. I see. I'm the exact opposite when it comes to this. I will almost exclusively pick the faction that I want to play and then bid them way down too far. So sometimes it works out great for me, and sometimes it comes crashing down. So I have had both happen a lot. So today actually it ended up fine because I ended up going to what ended up happening. Oh yeah, I got the cultists for 30 because everyone started at 30, and then I got mermaids. So
we have a surprise entry into the auction. Hallie is now your best friend, Chris.
There we go.
We have giants in seat 4.
And it's almost like I predicted it from the high heavens.
I have looked at Hallie's games a lot on his Snellman account, Lizzie. Extremely strong player. I think he's 1400 something Snellman. Mm-hmm. And he plays a wide variety of everything. I would not be surprised at all if he's the best Giants player by 2 or 3 points.
Didn't he make the account like only Giants, something like that, in a TM tour at one point?
It's possible. It's very possible. I have not asked him about that, but it is something I can follow up on.
I remember talking with him about this and or seeing that on a thread at one point. So in this game we've got so far cultist, alchemist, witches, and giants. Gino's starting out with witches. That would be Rube's pick. So
Rube's also threw witches into the game that I just played with him. And I think he's been referred to as a him, and I sincerely apologize if not. I guess we should probably check that, but I'm also trying to make sure I can host this channel. Oh, there it is. All right, I have now hosted you.
That is beautiful.
Okay. So I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about Rubes who threw in witches.
Right. And honestly, I'm a little surprised. This is a great color wheel to be bidding on. The black, brown, green, red color wheel is one of the most even possible splits. So I think it's a very exciting set of factions to be playing with here.
I do too. I think it's great. I'm really interested to see how far they go down and how much of a lead Giants get at the beginning.
Right. The usual red faction we see, of course, is Chaos Magicians, which would also have been an okay pick here. But not having Chaos Magicians in the game, I feel, makes cultists better. One less cult faction to deal with. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. If I could play cultists without a Chaos Magicians in the game, or without another cult faction in the game, I would do it in an instant. I'd do it at a 20-point deficit, probably. So
Yeah. So, which makes me pretty surprised to see Witches be the first to be bid on.
and they're so far the lowest bid. So they're at 26, and Cultists are at 28 right now.
Right now, 27.
Now
So
27, and we're gonna keep going down, and this is gonna go on forever. I
Yeah.
only wish that we could have a game where we all started at 30. If only. If only the bidding could be as fast as my last game.
if Chaos Magicians were in, there'd be a higher chance of that. But with Giants, I mean, you might see these three factions all bid pretty low before Giants get taken. And I think it's worth talking about why, in such a setup where a faction like Alchemists can do so much damage in scoring rounds, why they're not being picked here. I think I know the answer, but do you want to explain or try to?
I would not. I would much rather hear your expert opinion on this one, because I am bad at Alchemist.
Okay. So Alchemists really love to spread out. And as I mentioned, they really want to start with a temple and 4 dwellings or a stronghold and 4 dwellings. If they can get that, they're pretty much on a winning pace. However, the Alchemists almost always connect through the north on this map. And you know who's also going to be in the north aggressively this game is Giants.
Yep.
So I am predicting that Giants will be starting with temporary shipping because they don't have the Stronghold Pass tile. They'll be starting with temporary shipping and making a line of dwellings on that 4th row, which in some versions of the Terra Mystica world you might hear as the D row of hexes.
Yep.
It's very likely that the Giants will end round 1 with a stronghold and 2 or 3 dwellings all on the D row. So that makes Alchemists' life really hard if they want to connect up all their structures in the end, just because Alchemists generally like the north as well.
Yep, that is going to make it very, very difficult for them. I'm not sure. Okay, so if Giants do open with Sanctuaries, or with Stronghold, not Sanctuary Stronghold, with Stronghold, right? Then the max they're going to get is 2 extra dwellings, correct? Because they're going to take the 2 worker action.
I believe that's correct.
Okay. I wonder if they. So you still think they're going to go you think they're going to go on the D row on that middle line?
I think it's very likely.
Because so the reason why I asked is that I'm playing a game right now where I ended up going north with my first dig. I was playing against Cultist and took that north black hex. And
is that B5?
Not B5, B3.
Oh, okay.
And then went on from there, and then eventually got through to the to B5.
I mean, both are reasonable. The Giants really want to hit as many red hexes as they can as soon as possible, just because their hexes are either free or 2 digs. That's the only colors you should be seeing if you're Giants. And you really need those frees because you don't have that many 2 digs.
Yep, and on top of that, the nice thing with Giants is that, and I know we're selling Giants like nobody's business, man. It's a used car sale of Giants over here. But on top of that, they have no direct color neighbor, so they're not going to be at risk of anything immediately.
Right.
So that is a plus for them. Now we're at the point of bidding where Witches are at 20 and Cultists are at 21.
Right. Chris, just to give you a heads up, it looks like it's possible that the stream is just showing the text, like Terra Mystica tournament.
The stream should be showing that as of this second. Once we get into the actual game, it will be showing the all of the other things.
Okay, so we should probably give more updates on exactly where the bidding is right now.
Yes. Actually, what we'll do is we'll do this. We'll throw it into the not so pretty but workable previous actions, and promise that it will get better. That's what we will do.
So right now, Witches are the low bid at 18 in the first seat. We have Cultists, which just got bid down to 20 in the 2 seat. Alchemists and Giants both yet to be bid on.
Yep, it is. And I don't know. I feel like Alchemist should definitely be bid on at some point before Giants. Giants are definitely the 30 here. How far if you're playing this, how far do you go with Witches and Cultist?
I think Cultists have to be at least 15 better than Giants. Just in general here. I think, therefore, I will trust that people better than me who are playing this game, that the Witches are, in fact, somewhere around 3 points better than Cultists, 2 to 3 points better than Cultists, and then therefore suggest that it should end up something like Witches 11, Cultists 13, Giants 30, Alchemist X.
Alchemist at what?
X. We don't know.
Oh, at X. Okay, got it.
Yeah. But that's just my current guess. And I would not have put Witches ahead of Cultists if it were me.
Neither would I have. But you cannot sleep on Carpet Flight. I'll tell you that much. You can never sleep on Carpet Flight.
Never sleep on Carpet Flight. However, sadly, our Carpet Flyers are not in this game.
Sorry, that's Witch's Broom. Wow.
Oh, Witch's Ride. Yeah, Witch's Ride.
Yes.
Don't sleep on the Witch Riders.
Yeah. They will take away a hex and not care a thing about it. And they will especially get in the way of Giants.
Do you have an opinion on Witch's opening Stronghold versus Temple here?
So I will tell you this much. So I, for the longest time, have played Terra Mystica at, I'm going to call it a casual level, but it's more of a casual for being hardcore level, right? So what I mean by that is, like, these people are very good at the game, but they don't take the game that seriously. So we generally open Stronghold like if it's this setup and don't care at all about it. So in this setup, I have no earthly idea what I would do outside of opening Stronghold.
Oh, okay.
My ways of getting good at the game have been very recent.
I see.
I will tell you this much. I am a slave to the bonus tiles. So if it says we're building dwellings that round, I'm building 8 of them. We're done. If it says we're building temples next round, I will hold off for 2 rounds for that temple.
That's funny. I didn't do enough of that last game, and I think that might have been a reason I did not do so well.
There we go. So right now we are at Cultist at 16. Oh, Alchemist finally got bid at 30.
Yep. Witches are also right there at 16. So it seems like people think the difference between Cultists / Witches and Alchemists is 13 points, give or take a couple. I find that kind of surprising. Given that Alchemists have a flexibility in their opening, Giants are not taking the Spade Pass tile, so Alchemists get the Spade Pass tile. And Spades are something that Alchemists absolutely need all the time before they start making their own, as their advancing dig and their Stronghold ability makes digs extremely cheap. But until that happens, like, Spades are so crucial, and to open with the Spade Pass tile seems good for Alchemists. It's really that they're balancing the risk of being disrupted in connection by Giants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and getting a Spade Pass tile in seat 3 is about as good as you can get.
Yeah, you rarely see it get past seat 4, unless it's a faction like Giants.
Exactly, unless it's a faction like Giants or Chaos Magicians and they're opening Sanctuary, then that is a way you're going to see it. But other than that, that's all. So let's see, where are we at now? Okay, so we're at Cultist at 15. Cultist have now gone to 15. I cannot wait until we are done with this bidding. This bidding is killing me.
So I would expect there to be at least 5 points between Alchemists and Giants. The funny thing about Alchemists is that they can still get network points even if they have one small sanctuary town off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's game ending for them to be cut off. But maybe my views are a bit too extreme on this.
I don't think so either. I think it's fine. I will say that I do not think Alchemist will get bid down. That is my prediction for Alchemist. Is that somebody? So it's one person who is like, I think Alchemist can work here, right? And everyone else says no. And then there's one person who says they think Giants can work out here. It's everything else or Giants for them. So that is my prediction on Alchemist. I am ready to be proven wrong, but that's kind of how I've seen games being played recently.
Fair enough.
So for instance, right, I will not bid on Fakirs ever, unless it is everybody's at 0 and Fakirs are at 30, right? But if there's a decision between Fakirs and Giants, and everything else is pretty low, I'll let the Fakirs keep it because I'm not risking them saying, "All right, cool, I'll play Giants or I'll play the other faction."
Okay. I guess we fundamentally bid a little differently then, because I really try to make up values that make sense in my head and then just try to take the best deal at every step.
Then we bid it very, very different ways, which is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely treating it more as a game, which is definitely more fun and perhaps more rewarding when you get it right. Like if you predicted something correctly, that's a huge win.
That is exactly what happened in my Mermaids game. Is Mermaids were the only one bid down by more than a few points. And I said, nope, I don't care what happens. I'm playing Mermaids today. So I think their opening is bonkers. So
was it a Dwelling Rush open?
Oh, it was 100% a Dwelling Rush open. I got boxed out of the double spade, but I ended up going priest and then upgrade shipping.
Nice.
And then managed to get the coins as well that round. So I was set. For the rest of the game. I had to worry about the Nomads player, who was constantly about to take what I needed. But other than that, I was pretty set. Okay, so we are at 13 for Cultist. And and I have been proven wrong. Alchemists go to 29.
Right. And now 28 immediately. Rainier clearly thinks that Alchemists are 15 points or less worse than Cultists.
Yep.
We have more bids on the Alchemists coming now, where Alchemists, rather, and Cultists are at 13 and Witches are at what?
Witches are at what indeed?
Wow, 16. They haven't been touched since 16, so we eventually have potentially been proven right, where Cultists are valued higher.
Yeah, I think Cultists should definitely be valued higher here. The cult bonuses are just ridiculous.
It's great cult bonuses. It's no one neighbor, and I mean, there's no cult competition. Alchemists and Giants are notoriously bad at competing on cults. Because, well, for Alchemists, they need to use their priests to advance their digging and shipping, meaning they don't have any priests to throw on the track. And Giants just don't get a temple fast enough. So they don't they don't get cults either. Witches are also not great on cults. They can often win air without too much trouble, but cultists are probably quite happy to try to win fire and earth, which is their natural starting bumps, and water. And I think it's going to be a relatively clean 3 cult win for cultists.
I agree with that statement. I think it's going to be a very, very easy 3 cult win. On top of that, I will say what I kind of found out today when it comes to, or kind of had that eureka moment today when it comes to the cults for the cult bonuses for cultists, right? Is that the 1 coin per earth that you're on is something magical for cultist, because during the game everyone's kind of questioning, okay, what if I take this power, is it going to give them something, right? But when it comes to the coin bonus, it's just like, all right, it's 1 more coin, how bad can it be, right? It's always just 1 more coin, and they're always just gonna get that 1 more coin. So that is what at least what I experienced today, and I've experienced a lot and not recognized. So witches have gone down to 14 now.
Okay.
And alchemists haven't been touched since that 26 or 25 now. And cultists are at 12. So really, giants are just throwing a wrench into everything.
Well, I mean, it changed we have a Giants pick.
We have a Giants pick.
Which Gino jumps on the Giants at 30, with Alchemists at 25, Cultists at 12, and Witches at 14.
Which means that I can now just enjoy my beautiful overlay.
I cannot wait to see it in 10 minutes.
Yes, for those of you who are not aware, we have a 10-minute delay on this per the request of the organizer. But after that, it's all good. Chat, not on a 10-minute delay, though. I will be able to see that immediately, and I will type instead of talking to you, because you're going to forget what you asked in 10 minutes. At least I would have. So, let's see.
I want to talk a bit about the players playing each faction a little, because I think I have some insight there.
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Rubes threw in Witches in this game and the game I played with him just now, where he beat me. And it seems like it's a favorite faction of theirs. So I think that it's a natural landing spot. Rainier definitely likes Cultists a lot, and it's one of his best factions. Hallie, extremely flexible player. When I played and streamed my round 1 game, he used the one who beat me, and he had Alchemists. So it's not surprising that he would land on Alchemists at a high point value. Gino on Giants is the one that confuses me a little. Gino is shown to be a very strong player in the 2 games today, but I have no background on him. So I'm interested to see what he has in mind.
He is, as Ondas has described, a very disruptive player. So he's a very aggressive player. So I think this pick is actually just perfect for him. He can be as aggressive and disruptive as humanly possible.
Yep.
Now, if you're Gino right here, where you throwing your dwellings?
It's a great question. I think you join the party in the center and you start the party in the east. I am no Giants expert, but I would still go on that D row, D4, D7.
That is. I like that call. I like that call a lot. I have started in double center in my other game, and it's worked out pretty well. But the problem is that you can have a Witches player that just says, and plop, that dwelling is useless now.
Right.
That being said, that center really does screw over the cultist player, and that cultist player is then just not getting a town if Giants go double center.
Right. I don't see the benefit in double center right now, but I could be shown otherwise. I think it's pretty clear that Witches, Cultists, and Alchemists are all going to start in the east with one of their dwellings.
Yep. Yep, there we go. And we're proven right.
I do think there's a possible wild card. I would not put it past Hallie to put the second dwelling somewhere else.
Interesting. Where do you think you would put it?
I don't know. B5 is possible in the northeast. Even C1 could be possible. I've seen Hallie do some crazy stuff, and I think the amount of games he's experienced in the past few years gives him a huge edge in being willing to do crazy stuff, or stuff that looks crazy at first but ends up having a lot of value.
Mm-hmm. If you're placing in the east, Hallie, are you playing north? Are you placing north? Or are you placing south?
I think you do place on E10, the northern of the two. You do start with that spade, and Giants aren't going to be able to take double spade power action before you get there, nor do they want to take double spade power action. Okay. So you be very aggressive on taking that brown
even
to get onto the river.
Probably not connecting via that northern route, because Giants are probably taking it.
I feel like as long as you have a hex on the brown, in the end, you can connect through a blue, black, or green hex on that northern area when you advance digging. I guess witches in the game does change that a lot, so maybe you do have a point there.
Oh, and he starts north.
A8.
That is... You're right. He went way out of left field.
Yep, and I think that it is a great move for him to throw an opening that is not seen by people, because I guarantee you, if you look on Lizzie's Snellman page, you will find 2 or 3 Alchemist games where he tried this or one of his opponents tried it and it worked. I mean, I bet you he's just using a bank of previous knowledge in his head that none of these players can compare with. As many games as you think Gino, Rainier, and Rubes have played, Hallie probably has the same amount of games played as them combined.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think I was, like I said, I was talking with him about 5 months ago about his TM tour, and the wealth of knowledge that he has is incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to bonus tiles. Let's see what we're doing here.
Well, we were expecting Giants to take Temp Ship. I don't know what else they would pick. Maybe a Priest?
Oh, very maybe a Priest, but probably not. So, yeah, if they take... So, Temp Ship, and then after that, it would be Spade, and then the Priest from... Witches? Would Witches want a Priest?
It's an interesting question. They don't necessarily need anything, but if they can get a Priest to Earth for 3, then taking Earth 1 gives them the Cult Spade in round 2, and it gets them more coins. So I think a Priest is still reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 4th pass tile, the only other consideration besides a Priest would be Cult coins. I think it's too early to take a scoring tile. There's just not much utility that can be gotten from it.
Yeah, you're right. It's far too early to take a scoring tile. You're not getting anything out of that. So
we may have misstated the order of things. It looks like cultists are position 1, alchemists are position 2.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, so witches are getting the shovel then.
Yeah. We apologize for getting that wrong.
Yep.
Though it didn't affect the Giants thing. They do take Temp Ship. But yes, that does completely nullify a lot of our analysis.
Perfect analysis. I love it. They're going to take Priest, obviously, and then it's going to be beautiful.
Yep, alchemists take a Priest for sure.
And then they're going to go up 3 on fire, get 2 workers in round 2, and it's going to be beautiful.
Yep, alchemists have a good game here. Going north with Giants in the game says to them, I am getting connected. Forget you. I'm not going to do an East town, and it's going to be fine. And I'm going to still score 165 because I'm alchemists, and you let me start with 25 points.
Yep, I think Hallie can do it.
I would not be surprised if Hallie wins by 10 or more.
That is a bold it's a bold statement. I like it, but it's bold.
Cultists get their cult plus coins, which is a totally fine opening tile for them, and they do have this lovely, lovely hex in the center to upgrade.
Oh my god!
Where there's a prisoner's dilemma among the other players. I think it's a prisoner's dilemma.
Yeah.
That term is actually very specific, so it's possible it's not. But where it's almost impossible for your leech to get declined by everyone.
Agreed. Okay, and then we're gonna see even more. Oh wow, that cultists are cultists gonna run out of points is the real question.
Well, they're gonna take the double spade, right? We think.
Yep, I would imagine they would take the double spade.
So what can Giants do to try to get that double spade for themselves?
That is a great question, and they're taking 2 workers anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Sure.
They would upgrade to the east, but they're definitely taking.
There is that other option to where they just build that red hex D6 immediately.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. I don't think this ends up mattering. Cultists seem to get their double dig anyway, and they're going to get to play Earth 1 first if they want.
Yep, I completely agree. So, okay, now here's the question. Rainier's already taking the I want to think a little bit action.
Yes.
So, the question is this an indication of his mental state right now? Because I was talking with him earlier, and he was burnt out. We were actually discussing the finals, and we're like, okay, do I want, like, even if I get in, do I want to play a third game? Because that sounds like a lot of work. So, I am currently debating the condition of Rainier right now. Like, the mental condition.
It's not the least likely thing. Let's try to think what could actually be going through his head right now.
Okay.
He's going to get at least 4 more leech this round.
Yep.
Could he take a non-double dig power action and still get the double dig, knowing that he doesn't necessarily need to take Earth 1 before the end of the round?
He does think so, because he is taking a priest.
So I think my guess is correct there. And Rainier's going to send a priest to fire, getting 3 of those 6 cycled power back.
This is a ludicrously good opening for Rainier.
Yes. It's very strong to realize times like this where you have tempo on the power actions. Alchemist very wisely sending a priest to fire either now or never.
Yep.
What do you think alchemists are going here, Temple or Stronghold?
I would imagine Stronghold, but I have been proven wrong before. So that is how I would run it. You get to threaten double shovel, and possibly even take it away from cultist before they go out way too quickly.
Fair enough.
Now we see witches opening with Stronghold. Where do you think they're going with that Stronghold? Where do you think their broom is going?
I mean, that Witch's Ride is extremely flexible, as we both know. It's interesting to note that witches also have a spade right now. So that can very much influence where they choose to ride off to. I think witches have to play it safe here because they don't have any workers. They need to do a spade and a Witch's Ride in some order, but they also are not going to be able to defend themselves against giants. Or am I speaking incorrectly here? Well, let me throw a different idea out there.
Okay.
If Hallie upgrades to a Stronghold here, Hallie will have tempo on the double shovel. Is that correct? No, it is not correct.
Nope.
Okay.
He will have the ability to make a double shovel.
Rainier will have leached enough to do that. And I guess giants are probably upgrading anyway, giving the necessary power.
Exactly. So, actually, I think we've misspoken again. So giants are about to upgrade to a Stronghold.
Yeah.
Then, let's see. So they're going to do conversions. No, we have.
Well, witches go before giants.
Yeah, witches go before giants. You're correct. Okay, good. We're on the same. We're on the right track.
Yeah,
we're on the right track.
All right. So, has it been 10 minutes since the auction ended? I want to see how the stream looks.
I think it has been. Let's see. Oh wow, they're talking. Nope, they're talking about the bidding right now. What's the prediction based on the bidding?
I saw them that they were talking about the bidding. I don't know if they still are.
Let's see. Oh, nope, we are good. We are live on that.
Okay. And I'm checking out this, how this looks. Wow, this looks very good. Nice job, Chris.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That was a lot of work, but overall, it's now set to where anybody can use it. Basically, all I have to do is throw down a different background, and anybody can use this thing. It is not hard at all.
Awesome.
So yeah, if anybody who is streaming Terra Mystica wants this, send me a message, and we're good. I'll get it to you. Overall, there's some finickiness. There's finickiness with it that I need to work out, but overall, it'll get done.
Very cool. I just use the regular BGA screen in my Terra Mystica streams.
It is you will notice at some point there is a limitation to it. The limitation is fixed by adding additional scenes. So you'll see whenever whenever Rainier goes for the stronghold, I'm gonna have to change the scene a little bit because the way it goes down is that the border whenever the favor tile is taken, that border goes down. So all of a sudden everything is off center. So, yes. But yeah, once that happens.
Your question is surprisingly relevant. Does Rainier have enough points for this?
Yep.
For the leeching. Rainier, very funny comment in chat there. Should I also open Stronghold? But it looks like it's going to be very smooth going for Rainier. It's going to make sure that they get the center dwelling down, so alchemists can't steal it off of them. But I would imagine they're going Earth 1 to build the remaining 2 dwellings.
Oh, absolutely. They're definitely going Earth 1.
Oh, they don't have enough workers though for the second for their 4th dwelling this round.
Yeah. They'll do the 4th dwelling next round. It'll be okay. Now my question is, okay, so we've seen that witches have used their shovel. No, witches not used their shovel. They've used their witch's ride already.
Yes.
So they've basically, it seems to me, lost. They haven't lost that gray, but it's now going to be under contention for a very, very long time.
I honestly, if I'm Giants, I take that gray right now.
Oh yeah, that is 100% what I would do as well.
On the other hand, witches having this spade means that they get to decide after Giants decide where to dig.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, this is not true. Giants have a tactical ability to build a dwelling on D6.
Yes, you're correct. They do.
And then force witches to decide where that spade is going to be used and then double dig that to red. So I think this is an error from witches to do the witch's ride there. I think they should have definitely used the spade first and witch's ride onto it. This will cause them to basically lose the spade.
Yeah.
And that's pretty catastrophic.
They're going to be able to, they're not going to lose the spade. They're going to be able to take it off of, go into the east with it. So.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But it's still a major, major problem for them.
Yes.
Because they have to, because now they're in a spot to where they need so many things to go right for them.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here to catch my mistakes, because when I'm streaming on my own, I probably make 2 or 3 like major analysis errors every game. So this is a lot better.
It's okay. I have already made 5 and I'm shooting for 10 more. So that's where we're at.
Interesting things remaining that have happened this round. Alchemist took a single dig, which is really not what you want to do as Alchemist. You really want to do double digs until double digs and the free pass tile dig until you can advance digging yourself. Generally, the single dig is not an efficient space. Oh, clever witches.
Okay, all right. Witches have done it. They did have a. How do they have it? Oh, they converted first. Okay, that makes sense. They converted.
Yeah,
correct. Okay.
They had 12 power in bowl 2, and they burned 3 down, converted 3 power to a worker, and used the spade in conjunction with that worker to place a dwelling. So, yeah.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Actually, that's really, really good. Because now they're going to be able to make a town out of that. Otherwise, they would not have been able to make a town out of it.
Right. I mean, for the viewers who may not be on the same page, we are not saying that witches are getting the gray. The Giants are definitely taking that gray this round. But the witches now can bridge across the river, either going northeast from these 2 dwellings or going northwest. Probably not northwest, but they will be able to make a town potentially.
Yeah, I am really interested to see what's going to happen with Giants, whether Giants decide to take that green away.
So I think it's better for Giants to make sure that green center mass of buildings gets separated.
And now we are going to see the transition into the new layout as we see occult favor come upon us.
And it's not the favor we're expecting.
Yeah. It was not. Wait, it's not the favor we're expecting, or is it is?
Oh, it is. I'm sorry. I misread the words there. It is.
Okay. Yeah, it is Earth 1, as you would expect from somebody with 6 points. So,
Yes. I mean, I take risks, but good players don't.
that's fair. I would like points. So, you're definitely gonna need them. You're definitely gonna need them next round because you're not getting the town next round. That's gonna be a problem. Problem is a strong word, but you're gonna have to work around that. You're not getting the town, and then you are, and then I guess you're shoveling in round 2 or round 3, so it's fine. But yeah, you gotta get points somewhere. So they've had a very nice opening, very very nice opening. But
yeah, I mean, cultists typically love to take Earth 1. They just get points on their favor tiles, they get points in the cults, and maybe they get network points too. And if they do a really good job with one of them, they can probably win.
Yep. I completely agree. So let's see. Okay, so we've got witches taking the shipping bonus tile, and there is giants cutting off witches' hopes and dreams.
Mostly dreams.
Yeah, mostly dreams. Mostly dreams.
I don't think it was a reasonable hope.
Yep, I agree. It was not a hope, but it was a dream. So you see that happening now. What else is going on? We have to wait on the cultist to go ahead and take to go up a cult, which I assume they're going to go up fire to give.
I believe they don't get a bump because they have no neighbors there.
Oh, I'm talking about on their bonus tile.
Yes. Yes.
So we're waiting on that to happen, and we are waiting on. Let's see. We're waiting on. That's whatever Haley's doing, or Halle.
Neither pronunciation is his real name, so I don't really know how they want their username pronounced.
Love it. Remind me when I host. I need to figure that out.
Okay.
So, okay. Lumens is... Okay. So, your audio is too high. So, I need to increase your audio volume, and I need to put the microphone closer to my mouth. And there we go. I tend to get away from the microphone.
And I'm kind of leaning into it and almost yelling, so...
That's fair. Yep. So, I have lowered everything, and it should be good in 10 minutes.
Yep. All right. So Hallie passes for the spade tile. I think Hallie's opening is fantastic. You'll note that we said that Stronghold plus 4 dwellings was a good opening. Well, this definitely looks like Stronghold and 2 dwellings, but you are passing for the spade tile. You have second priority on the double dig if witches don't want it. And you're getting 2 workers that pretend that they were dwellings in the cult bonus.
Yep. So yeah, Hallie's opening is phenomenal.
Yes.
I want to see if giants end up... No, giants can't because they no longer have temp shipping. So they cannot disrupt this this black up here. Black to the north.
The one that looks to connect to Alchemist's buildings right now.
Yep.
I agree.
So let's see. Overall, everybody's opening seems fairly good. I'm not going to say they're the best openings. I don't see any clear winner the first round, but everybody's openings look really good.
They look good. They look reasonable. Everyone has more or less gotten what they could reasonably hope for. Rainier has gotten so much leech. That hex is amazing. I think Rainier has the inside edge here. One thing Rainier can do here, I don't think it's worthwhile, is take a cult bump on Earth and get 2 power, then power to a worker, and then build another dwelling. However, he opts to just get the worker through the cult bonus, and I think that's the better play. But it would have been possible to do the other one.
Yep. I think the cult bonus to the worker is very good as well. So what? Okay, he's going for the priest. Great. And we are on to round 2.
So brief note on taking the priest if you're cultists. A lot of players newer to the game might think cultists don't need to do this because they're getting so many cult bumps from their ability anyway. The way successful cultists get played generally is to be very aggressive with priests in the first 2 rounds and then calm down. So you have a ton of tempo on the cult tracks and people are less inclined to decline you and fight for them.
So we see that witches have taken the single shovel. So that means that alchemists are about to take the double shovel.
Very exciting time for the alchemists.
Alchemists are having a ball this game.
So where do those double shovels go?
Go ahead.
I mean, I was going to say I think I know the answer, but I'm interested in hearing what you think.
I think they're going to go to that yellow hex. To the north.
I agree.
It gets them 2 on connection, and also in the very unlikely situation that it happens, but in the situation comes up, and he can get to that brown hex. Then he can get a town in the east as well.
I think this is a fantastic opening for alchemists that shows some of the flexibility that many people might not see in that faction.
So let's see. So he, on top of that, and I cannot believe we forgot about this, he also has another shovel as well.
Yes, he's getting a 3rd spade, which will be going in the center. I don't see any other place for it. I
do not see any other place either.
Go ahead. How many dwellings is going to end this round with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least. And if he can find power for a priest after digging 3 times, which seems likely to me, then he can advance ship and get a 6th dwelling down with a stronghold after 2 rounds. It's very good for alchemists.
Yes, it is. It is a very, very good round for alchemists. Very good game.
One thing alchemists do need to prioritize pretty soon is get a neighbor, because they want a 2nd spot to upgrade so that they can find their temple.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I don't think they're going to have a huge problem with that. I think the witches or giants are going to be going to that green hex.
Yeah.
That's up to the north, so they will get a neighbor just fine at some point in the future. I would imagine that it's going to be a witches ride next round.
Next move, yeah.
Yeah, next move, witches ride.
Makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, if I'm playing witches, that's my next move.
At this point, I have a hard time seeing alchemists losing. They look like they've done a lot of things right.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. I think Rainier also has a very, very nice chance as well. And I think Giants are almost at this point right out of it. Giants were just not, our alchemists weren't bid low enough.
Yeah.
So
the biggest reason I think alchemists are going to win is that they had how many points on cultists? Like 15 almost?
Yes.
13?
Yeah, they had an extreme amount of points on cultist.
And if I'm looking at this in a TM Tour game where everyone starts at 20, I look at it and say, well, cultists are doing really nice, but alchemists are doing really nicer. And add the 13 points onto that, I think it's alchemist's game to lose at this point.
I agree. Okay.
So we do see Giants take a bridge, and that means they're probably going to get their town this round, which is fun.
Yeah, that is an interesting thing. How do you feel about the town in round 1?
Round 2, rather?
Sorry, round 2. Town round 2.
It's not something I usually go for, but I don't usually play the big factions. And when I say big, I mean Giants and Swarmlings. Because those are the ones that really have an easy time doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you can hit it, I mean, that's amazing. Like, you really should if you can. So I think it's very good news for the Giants. They do need to find a ton of points.
Yep. And getting it this round, not bad at all. So we see that witches have gone to the north. So beautiful spot for the witches to go. They are now, and beautiful for the alchemist as well. Alchemists now have a neighbor. So alchemists are living large over here.
Yeah, what a great prediction or set of experience to know that when witches are in the game and there's northerly factions, you can just start there as alchemists and be guaranteed of the neighbor very quickly. Like, that's very good insight.
Yeah,
and prediction.
I would have never made that prediction at all. I would have 100% gone east or
Yeah.
any other place.
And can you imagine, like, going east here is a death sentence with giants. Like, you're just praying that they won't disrupt you, but you know they will.
Mm-hmm.
So a little interesting of a subplot here. Look at that 7 coins action.
Still there.
It's still there.
Oh, wow.
3 factions can take it. And yeah, that's surprising to me.
Oh, and it's gone.
And it's gone. Rightfully so, I think.
Yep. So
Kind
giants.
of crazy to me that the tempo on that belonged to giants somehow. They took a bridge first.
Took a bridge and then went into coins. That's beautiful. That is
Great sequencing by Gino to realize that witches just needed to secure that northern hex.
Yep, and he constantly. I mean, he had the double spade, so he's constantly threatening it.
Yep.
Which is very, very nice for him.
Yeah, even after like placing a bridge, it's like, well, dare me.
Okay, so let's see. So we're doing. What else is going to happen this round? So we've got.
So it looks like Hallie is not going to end on a dwelling spree this round, and instead is going to get Earth 1 right now. Gonna do the dig, then power convert for workers. Probably actually take the 2 worker action next, given that Earth 1 is still not threatened by giants or witches. Now it's threatened by just witches, which isn't enough to care about.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see giants take power action number 3, the 2 worker one. Then upgrade to a temple, get Earth 1, place 2 more dwellings down, and have happy times.
That is a very, very nice start for them. That is a very nice round for them. Let's see. So doing that, Rainier continues to do cultist things. Put priest on. So we see that he put priest on Earth and put priest on air, much like we predicted he would. And then you see the Earth 1 from Alchemist. Beautiful, beautiful start. And then the dig from Giants.
Yep, and they will have a town on their next move.
And what town are you thinking he's going to take?
So in round 2, you get to have like whatever choice of town you want, but generally you want to take one with a lot of resources on it. It's way early in the game, which means that resources have a chance to snowball and improve your economy. Mm-hmm. Giants, we noted, might struggle to get the proper economy that they need in this game, so to get a town this early could really kickstart some more building.
Do you think so? In that instance, I'm thinking either going for the shipping tile or for coins. I'm leaning towards shipping tile, but
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
As we've said, giants have a hard time getting priests and getting any significant cult points. So the shipping town both gives you 4 coins and a priest, and the tempo of getting shipping one turn earlier if you're into that kind of thing.
And then let's see what else is happening here. So it's off to Holly.
Yep, still did not take the 2 worker action, but I'm expecting that to happen here.
And I think it will happen.
The only other consideration is the priest power action, just because alchemists love priests a ton. Alchemists are the only faction that will routinely convert 5 power to a priest in a game.
I have not seen this at all, but then again, I have not seen very many alchemists.
So that trick is where you build a stronghold round 1 and you have the temporary shipping or another priest pass tile, or you take the priest power action and you get 2 shipping in round 1. Well, you start from the center, and then in round 1 you take C1, B3, A8.
Okay. C3. Okay, so run me through that again. So it's.
So you start where Alchemist did start.
Okay.
You have a second shipping method from your pass bonus.
Okay.
Then you build your stronghold, and with the stronghold power, you convert 5 of it to a priest and get your second ship value that way, and then ship off into the northern lands to get 3 dwellings down.
Oh, this makes so much sense, actually. This makes so much sense. And
so giants do take an econ tile. I forgot to mention this. I was thinking this in my head, but I kind of dismissed it just because coins are so good. But giants took the workers.
I am very confused by this. Why do you think they would take the workers?
There's one reason, and they're going to take Earth 1 ahead of witches.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I guess we're having an Earth 1 game.
Yeah, I think this is totally fine and reasonable for giants. They currently have 5 structures. Giants would like to end with 14 ideally. So if you build 8 more structures, you start each structure with a dwelling. That's 16 more points off Earth 1. And I think it's a very reasonable take over a 12 to 15 point water 1. You're denying witches. Earth 1 denial is something I need to remember in all of my games because I've not been doing it. But it does mean witches are going to have a tougher time in this game.
Yeah, I'm not one for Earth 1 denial. So generally I'm the one that takes Earth 1 too quickly. So up until recently, that has been my MO. Is I am a boring player who takes Earth 1 and then Water 1 and then Air 1.
It's important when you're getting better at this game to learn how to do that. I think it's a critical part of becoming a great Terra Mystica player is understanding how important Earth 1 and Water 1 are. It's only after that where you can realize, oh, I can still make up those points if I order things in really perfect ways.
Yeah, it's this weave of Terra Mystica where you go into econ favors are great because everything's expensive, into I need points, so let me get the points, and then say, okay, maybe I should pull back on the points and I can hold off on that one, and then we can get the points favors later.
Right.
Which you can see now giants are taking that favor.
Snap take Earth 1 there.
Yep.
Rainier has 6 power. Do you think Rainier buys a priest here?
Oh, that's a tough one. I would not. I think I would pass and then take the. Nope, never mind. Witches are gonna take double shovel. So
are witches taking double shovel?
Oh, witches cannot take double shovel for the second round in a row. Witches cannot take double shovel.
So, well, they don't have a second hex to dig 1 on. But they do have this black hex that they can double dig.
They had that option last round, and they chose not to take it.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm going to guess they're going to continue to not take it.
Right. So in lieu of double shovel, what do you think they take?
Single shovel.
Right.
It's going to be a sad...
I think they can probably take 7 coins first and hope that single shovel comes back to them.
That is... Yeah, we'll see what power comes out with.
Right. Rainier does take the temp shipping after converting some power to coins. So Rainier, I think, is seeing that witches can't effectively double shovel. Rainier's getting 2 cult spades here, though, which are definitely going to turn that center red into a brown. I don't think there's any chance anything else happens. And then Rainier doesn't have a spot to double dig, except for 1.
Yep. Rainier's going to have... So... You're saying that the center red is going to be changed?
Yes, with the cult spades.
Oh, with the cult spades. Okay.
And then, if Rainier gets the double shovel, Rainier has a chance to turn that blue that witches are eyeing into a brown.
Oh, that is rough. Oh, that is real rough.
That is nasty stuff. And I think it means that witches have to take a single spade with their first action, and that gives Rainier 7 coins.
Yep. Which would be a very nice thing for him, considering his economy right now.
Right. Giants are doing a lot better than I thought they would be, but I think this game is still Alchemists.
Yeah, I don't think this game is Giants at all. I do appreciate the fact that they were somehow tuning in to a non-delayed version of the stream and said, you know what? This man wants Giants. But I do not think they are winning. I think and this is the way I'm analyzing this. I think the Earth 1 was desperate and will ultimately cost them the game, probably.
Really?
Yeah, I think it will. So instead of having the ability to do anything next round, right? Because they're going to be so low on coins,
Yes.
then they're sitting there with no coins. They have a priest, no ability to ship, and they're saying, "Well, what do I do here?" It is just they've shot their economy in the foot to get Earth One.
Yes. And Water 1 could have been 3 points worse, 4 points worse.
Correct. And they would have been able to ship here. They would have been able to get to different hexes. Heck, they could have taken that. They could have taken the green down below the center,
Yeah, yeah.
and then gone through. Okay, no, they wouldn't have gotten that red. That red would not have been there. But they could have taken that black up top and then placed one on that red. So, or they could have gone up north. So
I think I agree with you. I think getting a temple there, while it does create priest production, I really do agree that the shipping tile was probably the better move, and they can still maybe get Earth 1 to start next round if witches take a power action.
Correct. Yeah. They took so this is what I'm thinking right now. So I looked at their income for next round, and I said, great, they're going to get a bunch of workers. What do they need? Coins. All right. Well, they took workers.
Yeah.
So, which is fine for this particular round, but in the future, it's just their economy is on life support right now. Their economy is 100% on life support.
And this is true for not just giants, but many, many factions in Terra Mystica have coins as the limiting factor. And one thing that you learn as you get better at the game is that you can never have too many coins. And it's pretty much the entire reason alchemists are good is because a faction can never have too many coins, and alchemists literally can't have too many coins.
Alchemists just can never run out of coins at all.
Right.
They can run out of points, but they cannot run out of coins.
Yeah.
Much like Yetis, I will say that I have played so many games where I have said, I've done so well, I'm going to win this game entirely. And then I said, oh wait, points were a thing I was supposed to get. And I spent them all. Okay, then. It does not look like that is the path for Halle right now. Halle seems to be in a much better path in regards to coins.
The one thing they're not doing that many Alchemist players would do is take the shipping bonus point pass tile. That is the Alchemist's true favorite pass tile of any pass tile in the game. And that's because generally most factions don't want it. Mermaids, of course, want it, but like, what other faction routinely wants this shipping pass tile, the shipping bonus point pass tile? Mm-hmm. It's Alchemists. And picking Alchemists with no big building pass tile in the game is, a little iffy, but there's still this bonus tile. I don't think I'd ever think Alchemists are great without this one. But I think they're okay to miss the big building one.
And now we have Giants coming in and taking that shipping points tile that you were talking about.
They think they're getting a shipping this round.
They think they're getting a shipping, and
with
by
all
God,
of their coins.
Yeah, that's all of their coins and almost all their power in both three right now. Yeah. So, and witches have just taken all wind out of their sails.
Yeah, we'll see if Rainier tries to go for the double dig, and he doesn't.
He does not, but I still think it could happen. He has currently temp shipping, so at the very least, he could double dig that water to the south.
Yes.
So really, we have a fork situation for witches, which has been witches' entire game.
Yeah.
Witches have been running through a laser maze this entire game and have stumbled just a little bit throughout.
Yeah.
Just enough.
Have ensured connection through all their hexes, basically, if they advance ship enough by the end game. Mm-hmm. But they need 2 bridges for their towns. They don't have Earth 1. They need to find points somehow, and I'm not clear on how it's happening unless they try to exploit the last 3 rounds. The problem
Yeah.
with that is all the factions are going to be really trying to hammer those last 3 rounds.
Yeah, so I don't see how they're doing anything. They're gonna be able. They're what I foresee happening is they are going to go to that green hex, and then
They're
after
going to ride down to the South Island.
they're gonna. So they're gonna ride down to the South Island, but they're gonna be too late for it, and they're just gonna give a neighbor to cultist. That's all they're gonna do.
That's very possible. I don't see how witches reliably get 4 hexes there, and they already have their 3 hex town in the north.
Yep.
Like, it's going to be impossible for them to get a 4th hex there. Like, 2 bridges for 1 town, no thanks.
They're not, and the best part about this is they have to go there eventually, right?
Yeah.
They don't. They have to by the end of the game, right? And cultists can afford to wait for that. Cultists do not mind that
Right.
they're going to be that they're not going to be upgrading that for a little while,
Right.
because while they're doing that, cultists are going to be taking that black, taking that yellow, and
Yep.
they're set.
Yep. As we've said, like, cultists have a very good game plan here.
They need points, but overall they have a very good game plan.
Yeah. I think the points will come. I think they're getting a spade action this round. Giants do have this double dig of power action available to them, which is a bit unexpected, but I don't think that's the best use of their power. I think 6 coins is better than an extra hex right now for them.
Yeah. And this is just one of those.
And I'm incorrect. They don't have quite enough power to burn for the double spade.
Yep. This is just a symptom of what happened before.
Yep.
And they converted workers to
Ouch.
coins.
So in order to rush Earth 1, they took 7 points, 2 coins town tile.
Yep.
And you kind of don't do that.
Yep. Exactly. And don't get me wrong, if I'm back in a corner like him, I may be doing that too. So this isn't saying this is like how dare he or like whatever. Right. This is a finals table. So It's not like we're like 5th and 8th, 5th and 6th, I think.
I didn't actually score too well. I'm somewhere in the 10s, I think.
Okay. Anyways, so we're out of the finals table. So it's not like we're saying we are 100% better than these people, right? It's just that people make mistakes, and it's just how the game works.
Yeah, we have clarity. We're not under pressure right now. We're having a good time. We're chatting it up, and we can split our attention evenly among the factions, which means we're paying more attention to everyone's opponent than they are paying attention to their own opponent.
Exactly.
At the same time, we're not paying as close attention to each individual faction. So,
this is just a big disappointment from Rainier
to not aggress the blues.
Yeah, he should have aggressed that blue so hard.
Which blue? The eastern blue or the south blue?
The south blue.
I think there's a lot of fun in aggressing the eastern blue too. That one just says, witches, you're losing now.
Yeah, but like, okay, so there is the idea of the cornered animal, right? That we need to talk about, and this may not be as prevalent when it comes to better players, right? But when it comes to and this may even be true of this higher skill game, right? But when you put somebody in a position where they're not going to win, and you 100% cause that and put the nail in their coffin, anytime they can screw you over, they're doing it, right?
That's also true. Yeah.
So you don't want
to be a somewhat of a good sport.
Yeah. And a lot of the times it's not even about being a good sport per se. It's about not wanting to make somebody that mad, right? Yeah. And we see Giants going up north.
They do take a black hex. They have created enough coins, partially through workers, to get 1 dwelling down and 1 ship down.
Yep, they have. It's fine. It's not the worst thing they could do. They're just behind. Do you think they can catch up? Let's start with that one. Do you think they can catch up right now?
I don't know. Well, okay, so there's the joke answer of what do you mean catch up? They're up by 23. But in a more serious vein, alchemists have unlimited potential. Giants do not. And the whole difference is coins. if Giants had half as many coins as Alchemists are likely to produce by their faction power, then I would say Giants are doing just fine. But Giants need to do so much work before they can be on the same coin production level as Alchemists. That is entirely why we are both forecasting them to be behind Alchemists. They're arguably behind Cultists because Cultists have a great board position. They don't have the points now, but they have the favor tile that keeps giving points. They're going to have so many cult points by the end of this. So I think the Giants can't catch up. They're not going to have enough hexes to compete on network. Even though they're doing a good job getting most of their reds, they're just not going to have enough because they can't produce enough coins to keep their economy rolling.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, and the worst part about this is they're also getting workers right now. That's what they're doing. Is they're getting more workers, which can be coins, but that's not helping them.
Right.
In the long
and we
run.
see a very interesting move here. The witches use a hard dig plus the 4-power dig action. And they take a black that was probably a cultist black.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, they did. They did take that black. Oh, that's really rough for them.
I mean, it's a critical hex for them, as we've said. Like, witches do want a town there. So this, I mean, is a way of doing that. You now, if your witches, can go to the gray or the blue and get a 4-hex space across with a bridge.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Rainier is the cornered animal in this metaphor. Yes. How does Rainier connect now? That's the real question.
Right. If you're Rainier, you have to pray that you get the gray, and that's not happening. There's literally no spot on the center island to connect with. There's literally no spots that you would need on the northern river. Like, you can't. It's physically impossible to do already. You need the gray hex, and you're not getting it now.
Yeah.
So that's a very interesting turn of events. Wow, I think I'm ready to crown a winner in this game.
Yeah, it's definitely Hallie. You know what? This has been a fun time. I think we're done here. We're gonna go ahead.
Thank you all for watching.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. You'll see in a 10-minute delay that we're just done. We're done. We're out. It's been a fun time.
Yeah. Congratulations, Hallie, on winning an MSO gold medal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he have that shipped to him? Can he have that shipped to him?
I believe so. I mean, he's European. I feel like I can say that without losing any privacy on his behalf. So
I mean, he does have a German flag in his picture. So
yes, and I can confirm that my personal knowledge says he's German. So
great. Love it. So there we go. He's gonna get a medal. We're gonna put it on him now. Just pin it to him right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's look at. I'm interested in who's getting second now.
Yeah.
So this coins.
Well, I guess we should back up. We should back up a little.
Yep.
There's one reason why this game is not over yet, and that reason is: were we predicting to get cultists to get a lot of network points?
Yes, I was.
Yes, I guess we were, just because the cult bonuses are so economic this early.
Yeah, I was 100% doing that. Now, can Rainier triple dig that gray? I don't think he can.
No. Just no.
There's no way he can, but he needs to.
Yeah, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah, he's just not connecting. There's no way he can connect. Unless all of a sudden he turns into mermaids. And then we're having an entirely different game.
Yeah. Shapeshifters.
Yeah, he shapeshifts, and then it's fine.
So Rainier's getting 8 coins, which is he's making 2 naturally and is getting 8 from the cult. So it's going to have so much stuff in a true Rainier game fashion. But this lack of connection is going to sting really hard.
Yeah, he was just $1 late, or $1 short, and a day late.
A tempo late.
Yeah, tempo late. There we go.
Yeah.
We got there eventually.
Yeah, wow. I did not see that coming, but after it happened, it makes so much sense.
Yeah, it is a time. Let's see.
What I really appreciate about this game so far is that it shows a huge component of expert level play in Terra Mystica, and that is secure your darn hexes. Like, do not lose the hexes that you just need. Like, that black is just a need for Rainier, and it's not with him anymore.
Yep.
And the best players, you will see them secure hexes over everything else. Like, we saw it in round 1 with the Witches and Giants doing their thing right on time. And we saw cultists, even though they took Earth 1, they put a dwelling down first on their double dig. Like, this is just something expert players do. You make sure you get the hexes you need.
And it's really funny because when you're looking at hold on. Okay. When you're looking at this, right, if Rainier had, instead of taking that red hex, had just dug that red hex into yellow and then dug that yellow hex into brown, he would not be in this position.
That's also true, because the only competitor for a yellow would be red, but red doesn't care. It's just a non-red now.
Correct. Yeah. So...
yeah, I think you're right. You do want to flip the cult spades around to try to beat witches to that black.
Yeah, and both of us were predicting that witches were kind of dead on that one.
Yep.
But not looking at the amount of workers they had.
Right.
Now, I would like to point out, Rainier can, theoretically, triple shovel that now.
Yes.
He has the workers.
He doesn't have adjacency, though.
He does not. That is the problem.
So I don't see how Rainier scoops it. I mean, he could try to, like, advance ship, because that is the least obvious method in the chat log and the game state of getting access to that gray. And Rainier has the resources for it. I don't think it's a terrible thing to try. I mean, building next door just says, oh yeah, remember that hex that I might take because I absolutely need it? Yeah, you can take it now. Like, you don't want to help your opponents remember things, but I assume Rubes is aware that advanced ship would also create that adjacency.
I agree with that statement. So,
but also, how bad does Rubes care?
Oh, Rubes cares a lot. No, he doesn't care that much about it. I think at the end of the day, he wants to at least secure a second, and that at least secures the second. So, cutting that hex off.
You think that would put witches above giants?
Yes. Yeah, I think that would.
What if I play devil's advocate and tell you witches have 14 points, and it's round 4?
I would play devil's advocate and say that Rainier has 21 points now, and it is round 4.
Yeah, but Rainier has cult points. We both know that.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah, witches are not doing well on points. Okay.
Yeah.
You know this. I know this. There's a lot of points that aren't happening right now.
Yeah. All these points, they're not happening.
They're non-existent. It is round 4. Wow, this match is going by fast.
Well, I think the more accurate is that it hasn't gone by slow.
That is, except for the bid. Oh, the bid.
Well, I mean, the bidding took as long as it needed to. We had a couple factions go down pretty far. It was an interesting matchup because in high level, for example, TM Tour play, you don't see Giants and Alchemists picked. You see their color, the other side of their board, get picked. But that change makes it a lot harder to analyze, so I don't mind them taking a while to analyze the matchup fully, take what they know about the color wheel, and change what they know about Darklings, apply it to Alchemists, change what they know about Chaos in a Cultist game, apply it to Giants. I think there's plenty of thought that needs to be done there.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. This is just my my views on bidding are just coming out hard.
I see.
That's all this is.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rainier has the ability to triple dig that hex.
Yes, Witches allowed it.
I don't think he does. And
I agree. It's
There's
Witches
no
have
way.
shown a willingness for cultists to keep that hex. And Rainier would really rather not triple hard dig. I think a single hard dig with a double shovel, that will happen if it's still around. And I don't see any more extreme path happening.
I will say the worst part about this is that he also, like, it's an either or situation for him. That's the
Can you
real
explain
problem.
that?
So, okay. So witches absolutely need one of those two hexes, right?
Yeah.
So the second that Rainier goes out and digs one of them, the other one's gone.
Yep.
So, sure, he can take that gray, but that blue is gone immediately. And there is, unless he has passed or something has happened, unless he can time it out perfectly, and I don't think he can time it out perfectly, then it's just gone.
Well, I mean, I don't think Rainier's looking for 4 hexes for a town in the south anymore. I think that dream is over. Rainier's like barely alive if he gets the gray.
Yep.
So if I'm cultists, I'm like, okay, it's a toon-down game. I'm just gonna try to connect and pray that witches let me.
That is very fair. Yep, that is very fair. Which is still at 12 points. I think they went down in points since we last talked.
Yeah, they did. They lost 2.
This is not good. This is not good.
I mean, they have to start making points eventually. The good news is that all of their future trading posts are 3 points each. The bad news is that there's only 1 trading post round and there's 2 dwelling rounds. Also bad news is that they don't have any shipping to try to steal the shipping points tile, because that's a way I've in the past finagled my way into more points, is getting that pass tile.
Yeah. It's not a good situation. It is not a good situation.
We do see Giants making a play to disrupt Alchemist's town potential in the West.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. You really are aiming for those extra red hexes, so this is just an extension of that policy.
Mm-hmm.
And Alchemists don't really have a way to defend it. Now they will have to take a bridge and get a stronghold sanctuary town on 3 hexes and a bridge, it looks like.
On a gray, too.
Yeah, that part's less of a big deal, though Alchemist economy, I guess, is now looking less amazing than it used to.
What I love about this game is that we have now called 3 champions so far.
We have not.
We have called at least 2 champions. We've called at least 1, and now we're now we're saying,
at least one.
Yeah. So and now it's become maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah, Alchemists take their second single dig power action of the game.
Oh, this hurts. It hurts to watch.
Yeah, but you're clearing space for that 3rd town. You're never going for 4 towns if you have to make a stronghold sanctuary town. That's one of the interesting things, is that if you try to go for 4 towns, you actually have to do things in a very specific order. And if you combine your stronghold and sanctuary in 1 town, I think you just have an extremely hard time doing that 4 towns. So this is actually a statement that Alchemists are done with a 4 town potential. Witches do take the blue. They say, cultists, you can still triple dig that gray.
That is mercy if I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
This is someone feels bad, or somebody got a private message and offered to split the pot. One of those 2 happens.
We're obviously kidding about the private message part.
Also, there is no pot. So overall,
Yeah.
all parts of that were incorrect. So yeah, I think I don't know why they would do that, other than just sadness for them and being a pure sport.
Maybe they're thinking, we both need to get some points here. Why do we need to fight each other?
That's fair. Just be nice. Be nice neighbors.
And I think, doing that is a bit of an extension of what's already been said implicitly by the move sequences. Like, witches could have taken that gray any point in their last 4 turns, and they didn't.
Yep.
Which makes it pretty clear, like, witches know how to prioritize a hex. All these players know how to prioritize a hex. The fact that they don't says something.
Well, Rainier does not know how to prioritize a hex.
Yeah, apparently.
But it's just kind of one of those easy moves to make. Easy mistakes to make. Because I will say this, like most of the time when you're a cultist playing a red faction, or playing against a red faction, and it is in the center, and you're digging that red, you're playing against chaos magicians who almost certainly at that point in time have two digging or have two shipping. Yep. And if you dig it to yellow, they need to dig it to red, and they will dig it to red. So it's just
it's such a big act for them.
Yeah, in your mind, in your subconscious, right? You are thinking, I got to do this. I got to do this. This is what I've done all the time. This is just how I play the game.
Yeah.
So it's not even that big of a deal for them. Or it's not even a thought process for them of what do I do. It's not a thought process of what if I make this yellow, then it's the same thing as me making it any color.
Right. And that stuff is like really hard to do in a live game.
Yeah. And by this point, and not to make excuses for the players, but by this point, these people have played for 5 hours straight, right?
That too. This has been a slog.
Yeah. The games have gone along today, right? We've had to wait for people to finish up games. It has been a slog of a day, right?
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
And so
like, small errors here and there are totally acceptable and forgivable.
Yes. Unless it's shipping related errors, then completely unacceptable and burn them at the stake.
So there's an interesting thing somewhat, is that Rainier passed on 6 workers, 7 coins to go first in round 5.
I don't love it, but I also see where he's coming from in that he has nothing else to do. So his entire next turn is build a ton of trading post.
Right.
And the only other thing he has to do is to make a temple, which he could make a temple and get Earth or get Air 1, but what's that doing for him? It's not getting him getting me points, and it's taking away his coins.
Yeah.
So rather than making that mistake, we'll call it a mistake, right? He's elected to say, cool, I'm going to go ahead and pass early. I'm going to get the trading post bonus tile, and I'm going to get coins next round on top of the 8 worker income that I have.
I'm not quite sure it's coins because he's getting this 4 power event.
Yep.
And he's making 1 personally, which means he can take the 2 shovels action.
I highly doubt he's taking this 2 shovel actions.
To take the gray hex?
Oh, I doubt it. I doubt it entirely. Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a closer look at how many things Rainier's going to have. Rainier's going to have 9 more workers. He's going to be at 15 workers, 2 more coins, 9 coins, 15 and 9, 2 priests, and Power Bowl 026.
Yeah.
So I think to me that clearly says I am hard digging this. I'm making sure I'm connected. And then I will do my trading post.
See, okay, now here, and I understand that point. Here is my counterpoint to that idea, right? Yeah. So when you're playing this game, right, or when you're playing the game that Rainier is playing right now, right, which is the game that says I am way far behind, right? The safe move is to do that, right? And under any other circumstance, I'd say, yeah, go ahead and do it, right? But Rainier's so far behind right now that he needs to take those difficult moves that say he has to take those knife's edge moves, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I have a counterpoint, but please finish.
So right, if that gray hex is going to be there, that gray hex is going to be there for a while. That gray hex is probably going to be there until round 6. So, because witches don't want it, there's going to be they're going to upgrade the trading post next round, and they don't like, yeah, they could kill cultists with it, but what are they doing? They've got their own things to worry about. So, you've already lost that battle. So why continue fighting the battle that you've lost just to get further behind?
I mean, I see everything that you're saying. The thing I'm seeing is that Rainier still has the money to make 2 trading posts after Triple Dig.
Yep.
And then after 2 trading posts, he's got a town. You take the 2 key town, you get a ton of power, and you have more coins with that power to build a 4th trading post. I think the math still works to do max trading posts, except for temple and trading post here, and then get that hex.
See, okay, this is the way my mind's working with this, right? My mind is saying that Rainier he already is going to have, or he's not just building 3 trading posts, he's going 4 trading posts and air 1.
Yep.
That's what I'm predicting he's going, right?
Okay.
So, and if he can get more than that, if he can get another temple out, so be it, right? He needs every trading post his coins can muster right now.
Yes. And I think it might just be worthwhile to give up the connection dream at this point too. Witches have plenty of structures now. Giants seem pretty well connected and spread out, and you're not beating alchemists on connection. Correct. So yeah, I guess you might be right in that. What are you getting from that? You're getting nothing.
Yeah, you're getting
points.
You're losing 6 coins effectively. Or actually, you're losing
9.
So 9 coins, right? You're losing 9 coins, 3 workers to do an action that you should be doing the next round.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a nightmare. It is a nightmare of a situation for him.
You're right.
So yeah, and I could be wrong, and that could be what he's doing and what he's planning, right? But as somebody who is an outside observer in this and seeing this from this perspective, right? And this is also a playstyle thing as well, right? Whenever I'm far behind, I will make riskier and riskier and riskier moves.
I think that's generally a good thing to do as a competitive gamer.
Yeah. So and that's kind of, that depends on what you want to do in the tournament, right? How far you want to, if you're worried about getting first, or if you're worried about doing any placement at all, getting to a cup at all. So, as of right now, I feel like he is still eyeing for first or second. It's not probable, but I think it's what he's aiming for.
Okay, I think you have convinced me.
Love it. And then next time you're in a game, I'm just gonna come in and be like, "Don't triple dig it. Go for all the trading post."
So let's recalculate Rainier's resources, assuming that he takes 7 coins first.
Yep.
So Power Bowl, he's making 5 right now.
Yep.
So 4, 1, 3. Power Bowl 4, 1, 3. 2 priests. 15 workers. And 9 plus 7 coins, 16 coins. Yeah, that's fun stuff.
Yeah, he's going on a spree there.
Yeah, definitely 4 and a temple. I don't know if he can get to 5 and 2 temples. What is that? 2, 3 times 5 is 10, 15. No, he can't do that.
Oh no, it's almost certainly right out. But maybe. Yeah. There's a whirl.
So it's 10, 17 to do 1 temple, 4 trading houses.
Mm-hmm.
So that is definitely looking like the plan.
I love that
you or me calculating this.
I love that you're doing the math here, because I'm sitting here at my desk with my arms crossed and not doing any math at all.
I mean, I'm sitting here bending down so the fan that I have on low so it doesn't hit the mic hits me. I am just practiced at the arithmetics, you could say.
Beautiful. This is the type of competitor Mind Sports Olympiad really wants.
Yeah,
someone who's good at the at the arithmetics.
Yes, the arithmetics.
So let's get back to this. Let's get back off of Reina, right? Let's look at the rest of the board. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've got Giants who have gone up to 2 more dwellings and a trading post.
Yeah.
I don't know why he went to trading post early, but sure, works out. And then
more total coins, I would presume.
That is fair.
Trading 3 points for 2 coins.
Yep. I would probably do that too. So with that, and then we have Alchemist, who have secured their second/third town, depending on what happens.
Yep, they've gotten one of their 2 advanced digs. This is kind of late for Alchemists.
Yeah, this is a really late advanced dig.
Yep, they don't have ship 3 yet either, so they only pass for 6.
This is rough. It's a rough one. What happens when Giants win this? There's no way it happens, but what happens?
We bow down to Gino.
Yeah, we bow down to Gino. That's what happens. We're up.
I think Haley still has this.
Yeah, I do too. I think
Giants,
I retire.
I don't see 3 towns for Giants, but I do see it for Alchemists, and I think that makes a big difference.
Yep. I mean,
we have not seen the points scored in this game yet. We are about to see all the points.
Yeah, we're about to see all of the points happen.
So buckle up, hold on to your seats, take a ride with us to Point Town.
Yep. What's interesting to note here is the people who don't have Water 1 just yet, right? So we're looking at Haley, the Alchemist player, and the Giants player, who are currently going to be in a battle for Earth 1. Hello.
For Water 1, absolutely.
Yeah, for Water 1. Yeah. Sorry, that bridge just threw me off. That bridge threw me for a loop.
Yeah. I think it's a good bridge.
Great bridge.
I think it's way easier for Giants to get their second town this way, and it's going to happen sooner, which means they can take more of an economic town. So this is the big play. We are assuming that it's coins.
Watch our assumptions be wrong. Watch 10 minutes of analysis. No, we did it. We did it, guys.
Did it.
We're
Good
out.
Job,
Oh, feel justified.
Giants passed for some good points. I missed that.
Giants did pass for some good points. Giants passed for 7 points. So,
and here is where you're witches and you're like, how many advantages do I have over Giants? How do I make those advantages worth 51 points? And you're like, table flip.
Yeah, this is not a good time for them. This is a really bad time for them.
Witches need 2 bridges.
Yep.
Which is to say, both remaining bridges.
Yep.
And they need to do a lot of upgrading. And they need to get that gray hex green. And then they get their points. But it's going to happen really late. They can't take economic towns as easily or as justifiably in round 6.
Mm-hmm. And the interesting part about this here is on top of them needing that, the bridges, Alchemists also need that bridge. So one of them is not getting the bridge.
Yeah. And Alchemists neither build a temple for Water 1 nor take a bridge. They take 2 workers.
Yep. Now we're going to watch Gino convert all of his power into coins in a sad state of affairs. Nope, he does not. Not yet.
He just takes the giant action to make sure he gets that gray.
Yeah, he's got to get that gray hex.
Totally fine. What were you thinking?
I mean, he should. I don't know if he should be taking Water 1, but I feel like he should be taking Water 1. If he went all in on the idea that he needs Earth 1, I feel like him going all in on the fact that he needs Water 1 should also be on that priorities list.
Yes. If you go for Earth 1 so early, you might as well also say, yeah, I'm also doing it because my second scoring favor is going to be better this way.
Yep.
Because Earth 1, Water 1 for, 28 or 31 points is going to be, 28 points, is going to be better than Water 1 and Air 1 later for, 20 points.
Yeah. With that being said, I will state that if their economy is finally not on life support, and them going Water 1 is putting their economy right back on life support.
That's true. Yeah, temples are not cheap.
Temples are very much not cheap. So it is...
and it might be just a really sharp eye from Hallie to say, yeah, they don't have time to take a temple. Where are their coins at? And take Water 1 after 2 workers.
Yep, and here we go with Water 1. It's a wonderful, wonderful Water 1.
Alchemists delayed Earth 1 to round 2 or 3 and Water 1 to round 5. That's incredible. As Alchemists, you sometimes have to rush Earth 1 in round 1 and Water 1 early in round 4 or late in round 3. Like, this is letting alchemists get away with a lot.
Yeah, this is definitely letting alchemists get away with a lot.
At the same time, we kind of knew this might happen with giants in the game. Giants can't legitimately build a ton of temples.
Yep.
And stronghold scoring round 1, witches are inclined to build a stronghold then also.
Yep. And the big issue is that because giants rushed out Earth 1 so fast, then they couldn't challenge Alchemist on Water 1.
Right. At the same time, I mean, giants have 78 points plus this town.
That's more points than I have. So overall.
Yeah. And it's getting close to the sum of the other 3 scores.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's a bit short right now, but
a little bit short. But overall, he's at least tripling 2-player scores.
That is correct. Yes.
So
and here's the economic town we were thinking would happen 2 rounds ago.
Yep, and he needs that so badly.
Yeah.
The problem. Okay, here's the problem. Though, what does he do with this? So
build more trading houses.
Great.
You try to make a 3rd town in the east, not with a bridge in the north to the existing red hex, but just like. Did you use Act G already? Oh, you did. Okay, so
you did.
Yeah, that you probably don't have enough hexes for a 3rd town.
Yeah, so he's upgrading just normal hexes now.
Yep.
Which
Cultists don't take the 2 keys town.
They don't.
That's a bit of a surprise to me. It is kind of late to only take 2 points, but I don't know. The tempo from 2 keys forces Witch's hand pretty hard in a way that they can't really contest, I think.
Yeah, I'm not as opposed to not taking the 2 keys right now. One, because he would have overshot power. I mean, he could have probably converted for that, but still, like for him to do 2 keys, you said earlier it's a little late for that. Sure, it locks him up on Earth Cult, but who's challenging him on Earth Cult, right?
Right.
One more on Water Cult or on Fire Cult isn't probably going to do that much, and one more on Air Cult is great, but like I think he's ultimately going to lose that cult anyway.
Okay. We have said like if you win 3 cults and the one you lose is air, I think that's fine. We think that's fine.
Yeah, we think that's fine. So at the end of the day, that is okay. Now, what's really going to bite him in the butt is if he doesn't get the 2nd spade. If he doesn't get the
8th power or 8th step on air.
Yeah, the 8th step on air. What I'm guessing he's trying to do, if I'm going into the mind of Rainier real quick, right, is I'm guessing he's about to try and take 8 power again, or not the 8 power, the cult. 1 cult step again. So he's going to do 2 1 cult steps. Because if he did 2 cult steps for 1 town, he would waste it on Earth.
Yeah. Oh, I think I know, actually.
Okay.
Temple gets him air 1.
Oh, Temple does get him air 1. How about that? That also is a thing. Yeah.
So he'll either get the cultist bonus of everyone declines and you get a power charge, or you get a cult step. I mean, there's what is that? 3 more upgrades that happen next to witches this round, because Rainier's only usable neighbor is witches now, unless you upgrade the spot that is over the town tile.
Yep.
Which I think might be the better play. You upgrade that to temple, try to get the step that way. Upgrade 2 more trading houses, and you sneak into air 10.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, he's definitely getting air 1, and I'm not sure if he can sneak into air 10. That is such a. I
don't think it's actually that bad. Looking at Alchemist's power situation, if you offer them 3 for 2, it's actually 2 for 1 for them.
Yep.
And you do that. You take air 1 favor and you go up on air, and all of a sudden you're on 9 and you just need the town.
That is fair. That is very fair. Now he's got to do that before he builds this last temple or trading post, though.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he actually does because he has nothing else on the board. But he really does like have to offer that because I don't think alchemists are going to allow him to do that.
Right.
And I need a 2-second break. I will be right back.
Yeah, for sure. So now that Chris is off, it's my turn. No, just kidding. I think this is a great game to watch. We do have a big dichotomy of big points with giants, and I'll get my points later with cultists and witches, and it'll be great to see how close these two approaches end up in the end. I think my general experience is that the people who try for early points don't keep up well enough, but Gino seems to be doing kind of well here. So alchemists make a trading house in the west. Witches had made one in the south. We are now expecting giants to probably make a fourth trading house somewhere. There's only 3 options, which are D3, E7, and E8.
All right. So what have I missed?
You have missed 2 trading house upgrades.
Okay, beautiful. I think the thing we need to introduce into this competition is a halftime break.
A halftime break.
2.5 hours of streaming straight is a bit much. It's a bit.
I mean,
just like
I've been on your stream or my stream for like 9 hours now.
Okay, correction. Having to talk straight for 2.5 hours and not being able to move from your chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think there was. Are you familiar with NFL Red Zone?
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
When I don't feel bad about following the NFL, it's one of the greatest channels in existence. And the hosts don't move for like 7 hours.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't either.
It's amazing.
But I think I've read articles on it.
Yeah, he has this like this setup of I'm gonna do this and this like everything goes in a specific order.
Yeah.
Okay, so we see that Giants take Air 1 as a consolation prize.
Yeah, I'm surprised they still thought they had enough resources for a temple here. I feel like just building a 4th trading house would be better. Maybe
Agreed.
It's saying I'm trying for a 3rd town.
Yep, that's probably it. But are they getting that 3rd town? I don't think so.
I don't either. Here we see Rainier build the temple where we expected. I think I should let you get back on the play-by-play.
Okay, yeah. So we see that the temple being built, and let's see what happens. Okay, so Haley does take the power. So this will
be ahead of me because I don't see that yet.
Oh no, he doesn't. It's his power gain via structures is capped. Never mind.
And Haley goes with the decline.
Yeah, the decline does happen. Okay.
I honestly didn't expect that.
I did not either.
I think it's definitely good for Hallie if witches win air and cultists don't, but I just don't see how you can avoid it that long. Rainier can just dump a priest in for 1, get the town, and be fine.
Yeah, I think that's what's probably going to happen.
And witches can't finish a town in time to take the 2-key town, so I don't see how this happens. And also, that's a very weird place for witches to build a trading house, given that they can still maybe get 3 towns.
Yeah, that is a very, very weird place. I see what he's doing. He's gonna try and fire 2. That's a fire 2 placement. He's about to try and take that gray.
Oh.
He's given up on that bridge.
Yes, I think I agree with your assessment.
And
as an official Fire 2 commentator, it's good that you noticed.
The Fire 2 commentary team rides again. So we're gonna see we're gonna see the Rainier's hopes and dreams of, well, really just dreams of connecting are gone, and that's fine. That's like that's not the worst situation in the world.
No, it's not.
But that's gone. Along with, where else is he building next round? Okay, he can build to the north, But
You can go north with shipping. You can go west. Alchemist just dug it.
Could not have been better timing. That just could not have been better timing.
Absolutely not. Yeah, cultists are a bit starved for space.
Yeah, cultists are just... What are cultists doing next round?
That's a great question. They need... Well, they're getting 2 spades, but where?
Yeah, exactly. Where?
What's cultist shipping at? 0.
So immediately adjacent to them is what I will say to that question.
Yeah. Do you try, if you're cultist, do you try to dig that eastern gray into what, yellow, so that you can make a path into more brown stuff?
You can. It's just gonna hurt everyone involved. So who is that helping?
Rainier put down more 4-point dwellings in the last round.
It's fair. I think.
And we have our first pass into round 6, where Gino secures the 7-coin action, I assume. Yes.
I love it. He needs the coin so bad.
Gino is doing many, many things right. He's getting points on pass tiles. He's getting structures built generally in the right rounds. And he's getting the most critical moves, which is generally like first player to pass into round 6 has a big advantage.
Yeah, he's doing very, very well. So I think that I still don't think he's going to win, but I think he's doing very, very well for himself.
Yeah, I think he's probably secured second by now.
Which is a very interesting thing. It's so weird to me that the people who traditionally work very well together, brown and green, have both been at each other's throats for a long time.
Yep. Interesting thing from Rainier, I would have down converted more power to coins in case the leech was accepted on the off chance, because if you jump up to air 10, you're going to be overcharged. At the same time, it might have been to create incentive for people to, give them the same amount of power. It's a cult step they're probably losing anyway, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bit of gamesmanship to only convert 2 instead of 3.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think that... I honestly do not think that it mattered, because 100% of the time, they were not taking that power.
Fair.
So... I
don't see why witches are declining so much. Generally, because cultists. Well, look at this. They're making 2 priests, and they only have 1 left in supply. Why aren't you just dumping a priest to air right now for that one last step? I feel like air is a lost cause for witches. I don't get why the declines are happening so fast and furious.
Neither do I. I think. Okay. I will say, I think I kind of understand why the declines are happening so fast. Because I think once you get to the point to where you're declining things, you have this mindset of, I am done taking his power, right? And it's a very bad mindset to get in, but like, you've committed yourself. You're done.
Sure.
And right now he's fighting him for cults, which is an even more psychological barrier to say, no, really, we're not doing that.
Fair enough.
So what we didn't consider when we were talking about those cult spades is that green also has 2 cult spades and will 100% be digging that gray, or both grays.
Yeah.
So those both are out.
Yeah, where are these cult spades going for Rainier?
I do not know.
For witches, giants and alchemists don't have any.
Yeah, this is just an awkward game all around.
There's this bridge fight that witches are kind of hedging themselves against.
Yep.
How's Hallie doing on advances? Still at 2 ship, still at 1 dig. Has the stuff for advancing dig right here, and I would guess that Hallie does do that sooner rather than later.
Yeah, because what else is he doing, right? So he's gotta dig that hex at some point, and then he has to bridge over to it.
Right.
Because he can't do the other way. Otherwise, I don't know, any one of the other people just says, and that's mine.
Right. Like Giants might just do it anyway.
Yep. So it could be that he's just given up on that hex. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think Giants, this is one way they can win, is if they take this gray hex as their first move instead of going 7 coins. If they take the gray hex.
Oh, that's such a tempting thing to do. But I think you got to take the coins. I think you 100% have to take the coins.
But you also get that red hex in the south, and then you're N-4 on buildings already. I don't think it's the craziest idea in the world for red to disrupt on that southern gray.
Yeah, that is fair. Yep. I think, I'm not sure if it will happen, but it is a possibility. I don't think it's a bad possibility either. Okay, and we see actually he doesn't even have to do that. Black has passed. Alchemists have passed. So he doesn't have one dig, so he gets to take the coins and disrupt that if he wants to.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So he gets to have his cake and eat it too over here.
So we're seeing increasing chances for Giants to just straight up win this game.
And if it happens, I would 100% claim I called it from the beginning.
Yeah. No one else was doing it, that's for sure.
Yep. And here's the best part. You thought it was a meme. You thought I was joking with you. You were like, this crazy kid. It's our first time casting together. This man's saying Giants, like, he's giving me nothing here.
I'm struggling to try to understand how Alchemist's economy has not like gone off the charts. Because it hasn't, and I don't really know what's gone wrong.
He hasn't gotten a town yet.
Ah, that's a thing.
Yeah, he's got no town.
The town bonuses help a lot.
Yeah, which is weird because he should have had a town, right? He's got enough buildings for a town.
Why not just take it? Like, is he trying to see if he needs fire too or not?
I guess so.
I don't think that flexibility can be worth what, like, loss of tempo a town gets, but I'm probably wrong. I just have to defer to the better players.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. But also, I'm looking at a bunch of buildings that could definitely be towns, and a lot more things that could have been upgraded this past round.
Yeah,
I'm looking at what could have been and wondering what happened.
Yeah, because if you're Alchemist, your whole point of picking this faction in the game is saying, look at rounds 4, 5, and 6. I'm gonna get like 200,000 points from these rounds, and I'm gonna win with that.
Yep.
And that's not Hallie's game plan necessarily, it turns out. Or maybe it was and things have changed, which is like the ever constant story of this game.
Yeah, it is. It is a constant story of adapting and adjusting. Speaking of which, Rainier has taken Air Cult. So
there we go.
He is going to win every cult, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, that priest doesn't even hurt.
Nope.
He found a second priest also, and also threw that in for advancing something.
Yep. So he's set. He's set on that. What he's not set on is a lot of points, but...
I mean, if he had 4 more hexes, we would really love his position.
Yep.
But,
if he had that black hex, we would love his position.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, and you can see like how much of a difference one hex or a couple of hexes make in evaluating a position.
Absolutely. And the worst part is that witches are about to crush the idea of him ever connecting.
Right.
Which is about to sumo bar, slam him down.
Absolutely.
Now here's the question. Okay, so witches have to be bridging immediately next turn. There's no reason for them not to be bridging next turn. It blocks the town of Alchemist. Never mind, Alchemist can, but
we think that Giants probably want to disrupt them anyway, right?
Yeah. So okay, so let's think about the next round, right? So we're looking at this and we're saying, so Giants are going to take 7 coins first. That's the first action they're going to do. And then Alchemist either upgrade digging or take bridge. If they take bridge, then giants disrupt it. If they upgrade digging, I think giants disrupt it. Or if they upgrade digging, then witches take the bridge, and then it doesn't matter.
Fair.
So it's one of those you're trying to have. It looks like witches are probably going to do the dirty work of giants for them.
Yeah. And one last thing, Rainier did advance digging once, which hints to me that it's going to happen a second time.
Yep.
Furthermore, I'm seeing this incorrectly. Witches passed for the spade. They're going to be able to spend their cult spades after witches. So if witches turn this like Eastern gray into green, my guess is that cultists would turn that green into black.
That would make sense. Yeah.
And that's one of those little things you start paying attention to as you keep playing more Terra Mystica is like, what order do these cult spades happen in? Should I even start there in case something bad happens?
Yeah. What is now the real question here is if he's not going there, where is he going? Is he going to that blue?
I don't see a good second choice.
Yeah.
I mean, are you saying for cultists or for witches?
For witches. I don't see any.
Yeah, I mean, I guess either faction, there's no good second choice.
No, they're both going to waste their tigs on this.
I mean, witches could take the gray on above the Giant's Temple.
Mm-hmm. But he can't. He does not have shipping.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, no shipping.
43 points and no shipping.
This is not good. Okay, this is not a good witches game.
No. This is something that, like, I fall into a lot when I'm witches, that I'll forget to do points until round 3, and by then it's too late.
Yep. And there's nothing that can be done about it now. Oh, Rainier does get 12 points. He is now only 13 behind.
Yeah. He's not quite out of it yet, but the no network is going to be a real pain. I think where these cult spades break is going to say a lot about how this round 6 goes.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so we'd say he has no network, right? But he also is winning every cult right now.
Yes.
So is that really that big of a deal to him?
Yeah. Network's a lot of points.
Network's 18 points, but cults are 32.
Yeah, but you're not swinging 32. Like, if you look at alchemists have 11 cult points right now.
That's fair. Okay. All right, so let's see what goes down with green. Yep, there's one, and there's 2. Yep.
All right.
And let's watch Rainier tear those down.
Can we get correct predictions in the house?
Roll the dice, and Rainier, don't hit the I need a little time to think button. This is not the time for that. And that, whoa, different one.
Oh, sorry, that's the one I was talking about.
Oh, wow.
It gives Rainier a chain of 5 hexes for 3 digs.
Ooh.
In a dwelling ground.
That's rough. That's a rough thing. That's a rough.
And Gino opens coins.
Yep, Gino opens coins.
Like a champ.
Love it. Love a good one.
Gino has the most spendable priests this round. On cults.
That he does.
Alchemists need to spend 2 of those priests into advancing. It's round 6 and alchemists haven't finished advancing yet. What is happening?
I don't know.
What is happening to the game I thought I knew?
How could he throw it so hard? Okay, so they built a bridge. Oh, this is Hallie's gonna be a sad human being today.
I think the writing is on the wall.
Yeah. The only way this doesn't get dug is through pity, quite frankly.
Yeah. And there's no reason to pity someone who's really contesting for the win here.
Yeah.
Because Gino's out of town points, but alchemists have approximately 20-something town points remaining, which is dig the black. They secure a town.
As they should.
Wow. I mean, I guess it makes sense. They passed and got the spade tile, making this a lot less painful. But, I mean, yeah, I don't see the witches clearing 120 in this game.
It's not good. It is very much not good. What does Rainier do now? He is so far out of it now. It's just such a swingy situation.
I mean, I probably advance ship twice. I go up to the brown B2 and try to get a couple dwellings down there while alchemists are busy finishing a town. But alchemists might not be busy finishing a town if giants disrupt the town.
Yep.
Wow, there's a lot of variables still.
There are so many variables still. This makes me reminisce about the game that I was in, where I was just on autopilot for the entire last round. I miss that.
Yeah.
I miss that. Okay, so we're counting Haley out right now, right? We're counting
as long as this gray gets dug, Hallie's out.
Yeah. Okay, so he goes up on exchange.
Okay. Interesting. It's an easier way to get hexes, but it loses workers immediately.
Yep.
There it is. There it is. Snap. Yep. Giant action. Build on that gray.
Okay. What are the chances of retaliation here? I don't know.
What would even retaliation be? How do you retaliate against a faction that's done with all the things they need?
Well, you dig that red.
Yeah, you can dig the red. But what does that actually do?
Nothing.
Like, does it win network? What is network at right now?
Let's see what network it's at.
Giants are one dwelling short of being 4 buildings left on board. I think they just need hexes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're looking at giants, then witches, and then alchemist right now.
Yeah. Which, of course, is a shock. Alchemists being not clearly first on network is not typical.
Yep. So at least Rube's final turn is going to be a very, very easy turn and a very autopilot turn. Yeah. So that's nice. He upgrades to a trading post or to a sanctuary and then takes fire too.
Yep. And then takes 20 points of towns and 10 points of faction.
Oh, that's rude. Oh, that's what a rude dude is.
Wow. I would have tried. I think I would have advanced ship twice and gone up to the north with the double with 2 worker digs. But this is the path Rainier's choosing.
This is the path Rainier's choosing, and okay. Now here's the thing, right? He did blame Jino for costing him a game earlier. So really? Yeah, he did. So this could be just pure spite. I would not put it past him.
Oh, I would put it past him.
Well, that makes one of us. This is pure speculation from me. Let's see. But there is... my question is, I don't see how that makes him win anything. And it plays Kingmaker in a situation. It
kind of does. I mean, the big thing is that's 4 points. Each dwelling is 4 points, and you're running out of spots to do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think advancing ship twice and risking alchemists not taking that brown is the pick I would have made. Not to say that it's right.
Yeah. And alchemists still have to upgrade so much.
They did do their exchange upgrade. Now giants are throwing priests into exchange.
Oh, wow.
Because they would like another hex. Yes, please. I think giants probably take that very southwestern yellow with a dig action and build 2 dwellings there. Can they afford that?
No.
Are you sure? So if they advance ship again, they are at 1, 4, 3. And if they dig and build, that costs 3, 2. So they're down to 1, 1, 1. But they have enough power, but no dwelling. Okay. No dwellings.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, if they had the dwellings, they'd be fine. They'd be set. But they don't have the dwellings.
So they're going to end with 4 structures on their board.
Yep.
Witches are already there. Are witches connected?
No, not yet.
So witches can't even take pointy towns. They need to take ship towns.
Yep.
And that is tears.
That's a rough spot for them.
Yeah. Chris, are you possibly getting tired right now?
No, I am not at all. I have not
How
been
many
up
straight
all-
hours have you been up? For the fans, let them know.
For the fans. Where are we at now? We're probably at like at least at least 24. At least 24
Okay.
to 30.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh god, it's 5:30. Oh my god, I thought it was way later.
oh, okay.
I thought it was way earlier.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I guess you're in Central Time. I'm here in Pacific, but yeah, it's been a long day. And for those unaware, the reason that the overlay looks so nice is because Chris was up all night working on it.
Yeah.
So
This is
this production looks very nice, thanks in part to Chris.
Small bow. It was a lot of Photoshop learning in a very short amount of time.
It's going to pay off. It's really going to pay off.
Oh yeah, looks great. Very excited about it. I was doing it the wrong way before, and now it's the correct way, and everything looks pretty, and there is no question of whether or not something's centered or not. That was the biggest
That's
problem
great.
I had was, is this centered? It looks kind of centered, but is it centered actually? So,
Back to the game really quickly.
Yeah.
The two towns witches get to take here. I assume one is a ship town, one is the points town. They do look like they have enough resources to advance ship once on their own.
yeah, they're gonna be able to do advance up one of their
On
own.
the other hand, they already used their witches ride, and they would probably like to put down another dwelling also. So I'm actually thinking that they take 9 points, 4 points as the two towns. That gives them barely enough resources to build one more dwelling, either in the north or the south, near their current structures, and advance ship twice. I believe they barely have enough resources for that.
Yep.
The reason why that last dwelling is so important, of course, is for network. We established that giants are ending at n-4 structures. It's 17 is n, so they end at 13 structures. And witches with one more dwelling can get to 14. And 14, with alchemists being so far behind, cultists not connected, 14 is probably going to win network. And even though witches are very behind in points right now, they would like to be less behind.
Yep, they would very much like to be less behind. They would like to be over 100 this game.
Yeah. Alchemists still haven't taken a town tile.
Alchemist, you will eventually take a town tile.
It's round 6, turn 50. Like, where are the town tiles?
Alchemist, please. You know, like he's seeing it on the screen, right? We're all seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so are alchemists trying to get Fire 2 and still 3 towns on these 4 hexes in the very southeast,
There is
southwest?
no way it's happening.
They need 3 workers, 7 workers. They have 7 workers for that town. They need 9 workers. Well, I think it's still possible.
It's still
you
possible.
build a temple, you get Fire 2,
Yep.
and you take a town tile for the one in the north.
Okay, I'm with you.
You take a priest or power.
Okay.
Then you finish off this western town. You take a priest or power, and you probably have enough workers to finish that third town when you take priest or points.
And okay, so I'm with you on all of these things. I'm 100% with you. The place I'm not with you on is that by the time that's all done, congrats, you've scored 10 points. Because all of your points are gone to coins. So
yeah, it's pretty coin intensive, isn't it?
you can, and that's fine, and that probably will happen. But that's not scoring you points.
Yeah.
That's scoring you. That's scoring you many points. It's scoring you points, but it's not scoring you many points.
So it looks like I was slightly wrong on my predictions of town tiles. Witches took the worker tile. No, wait. They just took 2 ship tiles.
Yeah, which just took 2 ship tiles.
I think they should have taken a priest instead of one of the ship tiles because, I mean, they don't need to get 3 ship. They're connected on. Oh, I'm sorry. They do need 3 ship. This is the right set for them.
They need 3 ship unless they dig that blue.
Right.
If they dig that blue, they're fine.
but it did seem like a stretch to do that. Okay, I see what's happening now.
Yeah, so now they're going to dig that blue.
Right, digging that blue is the right way to get the network points and connection. Okay.
Yep.
So
Correct.
once again, I fail my calculations, but I've made some good calculations this game.
You have. You've made some great calculations.
It's very half and half.
No one's going to question you on those calculations. I certainly won't.
I'm excited for one of these players to pass so we can start seeing their endgame score.
I am too. You know what I'm... Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. That Alchemists are doing, right? And this is what I did in my game 1, right?
Okay.
They're playing possum. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, they're 100% playing possum, right? Mm-hmm. So they're like, no, don't worry about me. I'm not getting any towns. It's fine. All of a sudden, they get 20 towns. Like, I've got 116 points, guys. Like, how did you get 116 points? It's not legally possible. Like, you can't do that.
Look at my 100 towns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, trying to play possum right now, and they're doing a great job at it. Like, we're counting them out a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So
this is ending up at quite a close game.
Yeah.
Which should be expected at this level of play. I mean, these BGA ratings, I would say, are not representative of actual skill. I would put all of these players' skills at 550 at the least.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. These are very good players. These are very, very good players. So I am I'm thrilled to be able to cast them at all. Like, it's phenomenal. Okay, hold on. What happened here? They upgraded shipping.
Yeah, they did not take the dwelling. Remember, they don't have Earth 1, but they took 4 points instead of the 2 points for the dwelling with the 3 points for the network.
Yep.
I mean, I think we can all agree that that's probably not right.
I think it's one of those things where you get. Actually, it is the same thing, because they're going to get the point for the coins as well. No, that doesn't. Yeah, they're going to get the points for the coins, which they would not get early. They would not get before.
So they get 1 point of coins. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it's the same thing.
This way, you're not denying giants of points.
Yeah.
So it's the same amount of points for you, and just 3 more points for someone else.
Yeah,
but honestly, Hallie's playing so much possum that Hallie can still win network now, single on their own.
Yep.
I would suggest. I haven't calculated that, but it seems possible. Hallie has 7 workers showing, 4 in actual workers, 2 priests, and 3 power latent. So I think anything's possible here.
The worst part is that 1 power is not in pull 3, so he can't take 2 workers.
That's right.
That's a killer for him. But I love the possum.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need a dig. Yeah, I'm not sure. You just hope to leech from someone, but no one's going to offer it.
Yep. I mean, I think what he's going to do is he's going to upgrade to the trading post, or to the temple, and take take fire 2, and then not convert before.
Convert. Yeah.
So he loses the power, but so be it.
Right. Man, can you imagine if Alchemist just gave up on the bridge?
Yeah. I think that bridge was foolish. That bridge was the most foolish thing. It was a pipe dream, and
dreams don't, you don't get away with pipe dreams at this level.
No, 100% you do not. This is worse than me joining a table and saying, you know what I want to do as Chaos Magicians? I'm going to start in the center and expect to get that gray hex. This is worse than that. Because every time I say I'm going to get that gray hex, and every time I'm like, maybe
are
I'm
you
not.
picking Chaos Magicians before witches? Or after witches?
After witches, obviously.
That's a problem.
Yeah, I understand. I have hopes and dreams, and sometimes those hopes and dreams are wrong. Okay, so let's see what's happening here. A good possum play so far. He's got the priest town. He's got workers. We'll see if he can convert these into points. I
mean, alchemists, that's their job. too little, too late, says Rubes, and that is correct. Ending on 90 plus network plus 8 cult points.
Yeah, it's not. It's
plus
not
1 resource. Yeah.
He did go over 100, so congratulations to Roop, though. You know what? Yeah, and at this point, you got to the final table. Like you deserve accommodations for that at least.
Yeah.
Like
claps for Rubes.
Yeah. Getting to the final table is not
124. Not going to win it.
Yeah, 124 is not going to win it. Correct. So let's see what Giants are doing. Giants are probably going to try and take points away from Alchemist, if I had to guess.
Right. The only way to do that is Priest to Earth or Priest to Water.
I feel like it's Priest to...
Well, like these Water and Earth cults, there are some cheap points on the table.
Yeah.
I think you send a Priest to Earth, you take a point away from Alchemist, you take one for yourself. On the other hand, Priest to Water gets you 3 points, or minimum 2, possibly 3. So maybe Priest to Water is more precise.
Yeah, I think Priest to Water is probably the better of the two.
Yeah, because you know you're going to pass witches who have passed.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, I mean, you're taking a point away from Alchemist, no matter what. Yep, there it is. There's Priest to Water.
Yeah, Alchemist can still reasonably send a Priest to Water for 1 power and 1 point.
Correct. So either way, that's happening, right? Either they're doing it on Earth or they're doing it on Water.
Right.
So
okay. Hallie has 7 workers left plus town rewards. There's plenty of priests and supply to take more priests. What does the Power Town do?
I don't know.
As Rainier finishes out the buildings that he can put down.
Yeah, Rainier's out on buildings.
Well, he has 1 more cult move. We'll see if witches accept this, but they have no reason to.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah, and Rainier has 1 more cult step. That's going to be a step on fire, I assume. But
yeah, that would definitely be a step on fire. Ain't no one touching him in water.
Yeah, okay, so Gino passes.
Gino's out.
And 123 plus 1 resource point is 124. On cults, I am going to assume that water's 2. Well, I'll give him a combination of 4 or 5 points for water and earth combined. Plus 2 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. 131 plus network is 146 for Giants.
Something like that. That sounds about right.
Okay. Plus or minus 2, depending on how these last cults break.
Yeah, exactly.
Rainier has 1 resource point, 32 cult points for 33, no network points, and is passing for 4. So 37 plus current is 129.
Yep. So it's off to the possum.
And can I calculate on the same level as Hallie for these last moves?
I don't think so, and I'm not trying.
It's not a challenge for you, it's a challenge for me.
I love it. I love the challenge for you.
Yeah, okay. I'm just thinking about all these point conversions and stuff like that, and there's so many trees still to go down. Hallie does need a ship advance still, and there's no more ship town, but I mean, alchemists don't care. A priest town is just a point better than a ship town. And indeed, that's what happens. I expect first... Oh, no, not first. I kind of thought a power town might have happened there, but maybe Hallie's thinking it's got enough resources. Yeah, need 5 workers to make 1 more town. Has the trading posts for it. It's gonna get this last town. Gonna be 11 points.
Yeah, but like, how many points is he giving away to get it? He's giving away no points. So he's gonna be behind 23 at the end of the.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on.
Is there 1 more hex? There is. Alchemists can outright win network. Back Giants down by 6 to 140.
Okay.
These priests are staying as workers for Hallie.
Okay.
You upgrade the dwelling. You upgrade to a trading post. You upgrade to a trading post. You dig 1, build the northern blue or brown. Or the other northern blue. And you win network outright. All of your structures are net 0 points because of Alchemist coin version versus favor
Yep.
tiles.
Yep.
You end at
Well, he's also
89.
getting at least 4 points extra for the dwellings.
Oh, that's right. So 93.
Mm-hmm.
You get the 11-point town, which is 104. You win network outright for 122. You might have a resource left for 123. Then cults are 127, 130, 133. Wow, just 133, huh?
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
So we have determined that Gino, playing high points from the start, has managed to win this game.
I think so, but I want to see the drama. I want to see it unfold.
Amazing. I don't see a better path for Hallie. Generally, like getting your towns in network is the way to go.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, Hallie turned 2 priests into 2 workers. Oh, no, never mind. That's what I expected.
Yeah. Okay, and then he's going to dig and build, and then he's going to get a town. Well, he's getting a town first, and then he's digging and building.
Yeah. So I hope I did the math right.
I think you did the math right. You definitely did the math right.
So
he actually wins network already.
Does he on his own?
Yeah, he's got 3 dwellings.
Oh, he does. He doesn't need to do this last dig and build. He can swing the battle between him and Gino by 4.
Yeah.
And we had it at 140, 133, so it'll be 138, 135.
Still not enough.
Still not enough. So this is going to be, we think, a 3-point win for Giants, huh?
Yeah. How wrong we have been this entire game.
I mean, first of all, let's give it a... I missed the advanced ship, but not really, because...
Yeah.
It's neutral points.
It's neutral points.
Oh, missed the pass for 9.
Missed the pass for 9. Okay. All right, he's still in it.
Hallie does win. Okay. I was going to go off on a long tangent, but as well as Giants played.
Tangent canceled.
Tangent canceled.
Okay. Yeah, that pass tile is really, really good.
Yeah.
Told you, he's playing possum.
Yeah.
And when you play possum, you do fine.
Alchemists are really strong, y'all. Never put out the alchemists, when they're not completely cut off. And that A8 opening, what an opening. It was a bit struggling on economy through the mid game, but Hallie's played alchemist so many times that he knows how to barely maneuver the way through it, I guess.
Yep.
So we now get the final scoring where we either get confirmation or denial that Giants have 139 or 140, and Alchemists have 144-ish, 143.
Yeah. So here's 128, and another 8 for Rainier.
That's the last 8 for Rainier.
That's the last 8 for Rainier.
I guess he has one more resource point.
Yep, there's 139.
Oh, wow. Hallie ended at 140.
There's a tie.
Oh. There is a tie.
There is no tiebreaker in Terra Mystica.
Oh, you know what also happened is that we gave one too many dwelling points. But wow.
That is incredible.
What is the protocol?
The protocol is different in points. So let's look at what happens. See who wins.
Oh my gosh.
So it's gonna be, let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be Hallie who wins.
What?
It's gonna be Hallie who wins. Because they're gonna tiebreak it via that.
Via the tiebreaker?
Yeah, via the tiebreaker of better results or points percentage of best opponent.
Wow. They both deserve a gold medal for that.
Yeah, 100%. Give it up for them. That's beautiful. That is a beautiful.
Well,
beautiful
actually,
game.
Mike is saying in chat, time to crank up the calculator.
What calculator? what calculator we putting in chat?
I don't know. Let's see. What does the official tournament info say?
So the official tournament info says it goes down to the winner of the final.
Percentage.
Yeah.
Points percentage of best opponent.
Correct. And
averaged across all rounds. Okay.
And if you look at standings, right? You look at standings after round 2. Hallie also had that already, the percentage best opponent already. Yeah.
And they are their own best opponents in this last game, so it should stay the same in order.
Correct. Yep.
Wow. What a way to win. But also, like, if you're Gino, you didn't do anything wrong and you don't get first place.
Well, okay, to say he didn't do anything wrong with a strong thing. He also won every game by 1 point.
Did he really?
Yeah, he beat Rainier by 1 point, and he beat me by 1 point.
And now he ties.
Yeah, and now he ties. So honestly, I don't feel that bad for him. Like,
that's true. That's like by the skin of your teeth.
My heart doesn't go out for him that much. Like a little bit, but like not as much as it should probably. So anyways, with that, let's check and make sure that is how that works out. And I don't think a TO is even here.
He was in the chat, so he was. I think he deleted everything from standings just now.
Okay, yeah. Standings are done. Yep.
Yeah, so we'll stay on until we're sure who wins. We'll congratulate the winner, and then we'll be done with the stream for today after that.
Oh yeah, we'll be. Chris Bizzell will be in bed in about 5 minutes after a post-game analysis.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I don't want to do more analysis on this game by the end. I feel like we broke down most situations pretty thoroughly to our best of our ability.
Okay, so this at a tiebreak goes to determine the winner. And
we have Rubes in 4th and Ryan in 3rd.
Yep, Ryan took 3rd. Not bad. Well done, Ryan.
Bronze medal.
He's good. Does he get a medal? Does he get an actual medal?
Yeah, I think he gets one shipped. All medalists in MSO get it shipped to them, I think. And apologies for any subconscious bias we might have had, because Rainier is a friend of ours, for possibly paying too much attention to his game, though I do think it was the most interesting position.
I completely agree.
All the players. So yeah. I hope it was not too much subconscious bias happening there.
I was definitely subconscious bias, but I think it was worth it. I think it helped a lot. I think it was a good thing to focus on.
Okay.
Because you're right, it was the most interesting perspective of the game.
Because cultists do interact with more players more often.
Absolutely. I think we would have gone there whether it's Ryan or whether it's anybody. So
right.
All right, and they are not telling me anything. So
yeah, I mean, we think it's likely that Hallie wins.
It's almost certain that he wins, but we could be. Yeah. We've been wrong before. We've been wrong a few times. And we're just hanging out over here. I think what's really funny is I think they're probably looking at the tiebreak rules.
Yeah.
For Terra Mystica, which state that there is no tiebreaker. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Final standings. There we go. And Hallie is our champion. Well done to Hallie.
Hallie, congratulations from both of us. What a fantastic finish for you to sneak in there with all those late game points to steal connection. And I mean, congrats to all the other finalists. What a game you were able to provide to us. Cultists and Witches, while not finishing close enough to be first, showing us that a low score in round 4 does not mean much for the final score.
Exactly. So it's been a wild ride. It has been a wild ride.
Wild game. It was a pleasure for me to commentate with you, Chris. I look forward to your commentaries in the future with Andrew on the Fire 2 tournament.
Yeah, and if you're still here, please check out the Fire 2 Open. There's a thread on BGG, and it will be starting in a little under 2 weeks. So we'll have Group A, and I'll be announcing groups within the next day. So get excited for that.
Yes, very good pitch. And I feel like there's one more thing we should do because the MSO was kind enough to post that this commentary was happening, non-sanctioned by them. I think we should probably announce their upcoming events.
Yeah, what are their upcoming events?
So next week, I'll focus on Euro games because this is probably more of a Euro games audience.
Mm-hmm.
We have Dominion, Zerts, Seven Wonders, and Can't Stop, Ticket to Ride, King Domino, Through the Ages, Liar's Dice, and Jaipur, all in the next 7 days.
And then Agricola is soon, right?
Agricola is 8 days from now.
8 days. From now.
No, I'm sorry, 15 days from now.
15 days from now.
Another full week after that, and then Agricola's on the last day, combined with Twilight Struggle and Backgammon and Abalone. And
Makes sense. I can't wait to dominate Can't Stop. It's going to be a great time, and I will take my revenge. I will take my revenge on Can't Stop. All right. Well, anyways, this has been great. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys soon. Later.
Bye, everyone.